The show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Hangout here with Astropreneur. My name is Liam, for those who do not know me. I believe but most of you do. I already have some guests hanging out in the background. I do want to give everyone a heads up. I'm actually doing some laser engraving, so I'll be jumping over and back to laser behind me. I'm actively doing the job. But if you want to come in, I'm going to post a link. I posted it already, but let me post it again for the link. If anyone wants to come in and join in the conversation, just make sure you mute your Twitch tab in your browser, and then click on the StreamYard link and come join us if you're interested in joining us on stream. So let me bring in those who are hanging out in the background. Hey, Jerry, how are you?
Oh, pretty good. How you doing, Liam? Hello, people of the world. How goes it today? Thank you for having me.
Cool. Let's see. When Matt comes in, we have to play the what is it? The Death March. He's on his way to getting married in a couple of weeks. Hey, Matt, how's life? Matt's frozen?
No.
No?
Pretending.
I'm just kidding. I just was standing very still. So, how's everybody?
Let me say hey to everybody in chat. Hey, Sergio, how's life? How are you doing? You're welcome to come in, guys, and join me. RCCNC, you're again welcome again. How are you? Let's see who else out there. Rob ENC. Hey, Rob. 3D Medic Vince. Hey, guys, how are you? So if you want to come in, I posted a link. If you want to come in and join the conversation, you are welcome to do so. This is an open forum. Makers come in, hang out, chat, do what we do, just share ideas and talk about the project we're working on and so on. And then if someone needs help, we help each other out as well at the same time. So it is open forum if anyone wants to come in and join it.
Just to have to help you out? No.
We'll have the kick button for you, Matt, so we can help you out of the room.
Thank you. It's what I wanted.
So how's everyone doing? First of all, how's life treating everybody?
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah?
Okay, tiredness a little bit because of the wedding and quite a few. I had no time for printing at all.
I have a question for you on that, Matt.
What?
I'm going to put you in the hot seat first of all before we ask this question, right? Now, if you had a bright light to shine in your face, I would say we have ways of making you talk. Honestly, what percentage of your of the planning and stuff have you actually done? Honestly.
He said sure and okay to everything that was asked.
He said 0.0 is what he said. That means he's done nothing.
No. I give her emotional support. And
right. So
I bet he asked what kind of food are we having, honey?
Actually, they had to do something with it because I wanted a hog roast, but it was too expensive. And
yeah, they are.
We're going with kind of like pulled pork, pulled beef,
that's good.
barbs, and vegetables, and a few other things.
So you can so people can go up and help themselves. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
And it's not that expensive either, then too.
He hugs you when you collapse emotionally, Louise. Okay. At least we know he's good for something. Okay. Other than
yeah.
I've got a new video I started working on this morning. I got the Anycubic Cobra right there behind me. I got it all built. I've done a little bit of taping. I just have to level the bed on camera and start doing some prints. And I got my Master Chief all done. He's primed. He's ready for paint. The pictures I showed online, that real quick time lapse, he was just gray resin at that point. But I got him primed yesterday. He is not glued to the base. That way I'm able to actually paint him separate from the base. So it's about 24 3/4 inches tall. And you can see it right next to Anycubic, how tall it is versus the printer there. And that Anycubic Cobra has a direct drive hot end on it. It's kind of nice.
Cool. I'm actively printing a dragon, a print and place dragon. It's the one from Flexi Factory. And I'm also doing some laser engraving. So I'm going to go over and reload my laser. I'll be back in a second. Hey, Slim Pickens, how are you? Usually because I'm super stressed and he is oblivious about what else he needs to be done. Okay, I have to showcase this. This is Louise's very words. This is soon to be, right? Out of the
Hey, Vince, John, RCCNC.
Yep. And Slim Pick is just doing it as well.
3D Medic Vince, Loopy.
Let me reload the laser. Give me a second, guys.
Yeah, it's Liam's K40 there. He keeps it behind him. He don't have enough shelf space, or he would turn it longwise. He's got to turn sideways.
No, I like it this way because I can run the vent out the side and then out the window. It's convenience for me to get to it.
Okay. Well, Curmudgeon, hello.
I could have turned it the other way around, but it's just easier for me this way. But,
am I doing an unboxing? I never made a post about doing an unboxing for the Cobra. Twitch Ding said you were. That wouldn't have been for me.
Yeah, I'm not unboxing anything.
I thought about doing a live unboxing, but you don't get very many views, and then, or you know, I'd rather do videos on it.
Yeah, Jerry does a lot of videos.
A lot of editing, a lot of pain, but
yeah, I do a lot of that for work, and I hate editing videos.
Well, I'm on TikTok now. I've only got 3 videos up, but I figured the one I posted yesterday, I just showed the time lapse. I didn't have an intro or nothing. I just showed the time lapse for Master Chief, 2 pictures afterwards, and that's it. There's no outro or anything, and I threw that up on TikTok and all social on YouTube. I thought it came out pretty good.
Good.
Oh, and I turned off my overhead light. I only had a ring light on it, and it got rid of most of that flicker. All that flicker I had.
I told you it was a power phase. The phase change on.
Yes, it was coming from the overhead light because I left the room dark and I only had a ring light on it, and I don't see all that flicker.
Because a ring light's LED.
Okay.
And it doesn't have LEDs don't do the phase change like the overhead light does. The fluorescent lights always flicker. Now you can get LED.
Hello, Chris Lockwood. How you doing?
Sorry?
Hey, Chris. How are you?
Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm just loading up the laser. I'll be with you in a second, guys.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Old Curmudgeon, I don't think it's a shutter issue with the camera, but I don't know that much about DSLRs. I just got a resin lapse cable plugged into it. It's on manual mode, and it takes a picture every layer shift. And in all my videos I've ever done, on all my different videos, it will show kind of the light flickering as it's, as I speed up the time lapse. This time it seems to have went away.
Yeah, well, it's in an AC powered light, the light goes on and off because of the frequency, and an LED doesn't do that. Sorry, I'm just loading stuff up into my laser. Let me switch over. You can see the camera inside, and I'll show you what I'm doing as well. So inside my laser, I have a camera mounted in there, and I'm going to initialize the laser, just home it, and then I'm going to run the job. And that's engraving at 260 millimeters per second. So it's moving pretty fast. And it's engraving these little sticks. I can show you what the sticks look like in a second. So for the camera to switch over. I will show you the sticks, what it looks like. So it's these.
Yeah, you were moving in slow motion a minute ago, and then you sped up, and now you're normal.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. So it's these little sticks.
Go big.
Yeah, sure. Just let me click.
Stack stick. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm engraving. So I have a couple of hundred of these to get done yet. A couple of boxes of them too. Yeah, if the shutter speed would help, but that depending on the amount on the lighting, because if your shutter speed is too fast, the lighting is bad, and if the shutter speed is too slow, it actually amplifies the problem. So, lag spikes here today. So you're seeing performance issues right now, Rob?
You were. You're not now, but you were.
That's weird.
Right before you went to show your laser, you kind of froze, and then you showed your laser. Then when you came back, you're going really slow. And then you sped up like normal. So you're normal at the moment.
Well, as normal as I can be, right? So, guys, what's everyone else working on out there? As I said, I have the laser engraving going, and I have the 3D printer over here. I'm printing one of those dragons.
I'm actually enjoying a video game.
Okay.
Let me share a screen. I'll show you how the flicker.
Sure.
The flicker used to be really bad, and now here's a video that I got posted everywhere. There is music. Hopefully you can hear it. It is safe music. It's off YouTube. Let's see right here.
Your ISP.
It's a 29-second video, and I've never, ever done a 29-second video before. My stuff usually is 15 to 25 minutes.
Well,
Okay.
Nice.
Do you see much flicker then?
I didn't see any flicker there.
Yeah.
But
And when I have
you're streaming it, so it's going to be a little bit jumpier compared to normal video anyway. So, but I didn't see any light flicker. I didn't notice anything.
Yeah, there's a few other pictures I should have added, but it was an afterthought. I figured, let me slam this together, put some good music on it, throw it up on TikTok. It's quick and fast. Maybe people like it. So,
yeah. Oh, by the way, I have a new machine. Oh, Coach says he saw it.
thank you. Yeah, I have on my Facebook group page,
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. So, kind of have it everywhere.
I've been crazy busy all day. I've been in meeting after meeting after
Hey,
meeting.
Sebastian, wie geht's? Wie steht's?
Hey,
Hello,
Sebastian. Yuzu resin. Yeah, the Yuzu resin. I haven't. Oh, no, I like the Yuzu resin, actually. I have a couple of bottles of it that I've used. I like it.
Yeah, it took me a little over 2 bottles. I had to add some other stuff that I had to finish the model because I don't want to run the vat completely dry. But let me see. Here's how big the model came out.
You want to drop it?
Yeah, he's not glued to the base, and the Halo emblem is not glued on. But
That's a nice print.
Anyway.
Talking about using a virtual avatar.
Yeah, I was going to do it in FDM really big, and I decided I'll just order a couple bottles of resin. So I got on Amazon, ordered 1 bottle of Yosu, and then I realized, well, I'm not going to be able to complete it with 1 bottle. So I went ahead and ordered a second bottle the next day. I didn't want to bother with asking the rep, hey, would you send me some free resin? I'll do a video, whatever. I just bought some resin, did it. So.
Yeah, there's some advice from one curmudgeon. See, I use DSLRs, but my DSLR, when I do exposures, I'm talking about exposures for anywhere from 30 seconds to 5 or 6, maybe even 10 minutes long for exposure. So that's advice for you.
Okay.
What does Tim say? 1 second. I think I get pinged by Tim.
Well, I know that when the lens autofocuses on my item, then I flip that off so it locks right there and doesn't move because I don't want it sit there adjusting in and out as the layers go up and down. So I saw.
Yeah, it's better off to have a fixed focus. Yeah. Chris, thank you again. Thank you for the subscription, man.
Chris Travis, hello.
Thank you.
Hey, Chris.
Much appreciated. Mad Cat.
Hey, Corey.
I'm not ignoring you. I saw you. I saw we posted your print about being a cool print. Hey, Lama, how are you? Here, let me paste in the link there, guys, if you want to come in. Remember, just mute your Twitch tube or Twitch tab when you come in, or drop the volume all the way down to about 1%. But you're welcome to come in and join if you want. Just let me. Yeah, let's check on my laser.
Hold on, guys. I'll make us all the same size here in a minute. Let me get my mouse.
Yeah. Sorry, I was running over.
There we go.
Won't be long. Dinner is soon. Oh, okay. Jerry, yes, I'm focused, but for similar reason, you need to lock the other settings. Oh, you're at work? Okay, we won't tell everybody. Sorry, what was your work? What's the number for your office again? So so as I said, that's what I'm working on. Those two. I just heard yesterday that the new models for Toys for Tots, I may not get them until maybe July now before we get them. So it won't be next month.
Oh, wow.
But that's okay. July is better than September, which last year was September. I have new hot ends, not the whole hot end, but just the insides for the 10 lug printer. I've ordered new ones. I wanted spares because I'll be using it a lot. So I wanted to have some spares. It's been 3 weeks and they haven't shipped them yet. And it wasn't from 10 lug. They have another company that does all of their parts. And I messaged them to see if they'd send me the if they let me know when they're going to ship, because it should have been 2 weeks ago. I should have got it, and it hasn't happened yet. So I have to start chasing them now about it.
Are those the 4 boxes of sticks you're doing behind you?
No, they're actually spare boxes. The boxes I'm doing are in this bag.
Okay.
But it's a group of boxes of these that are full of plain sticks, and then I'm engraving those. So I have a template inside cut out of foam board, cut out by the laser, and then it's just enough size. It's just wide enough each part for the laser to cradle the piece as it goes in, as it sits in there a little bit, and over to one side, so everything's aligned according to it.
You should ask that guy if he wants to get his company name put on all of them also for an additional fee. That way everybody he gives them out to will remember him and where they came from.
Well, no, because they're part of an overall kit. So the other part that is that's injection molded, that has the name on it.
Okay.
So this is just in addition to it. 15 more minutes and you're out of here. Oh, you're finished, almost finished work. Okay, Corey. So yeah, so no, that's what he does. He has a little. I don't have one. I showed it to you before, but I don't have it here with me right now. But it's a little kit that has like a plastic clamp, a long clamp like chopsticks held together, and there's little legs in it with rubber tips, silicone rubber tips. And you put a coin in there, and it holds a coin, and you hit the coin, and the ring sound of the coin will tell you if it's real, if it's silver or gold or whatever, pure metal, not like most of the coins that we have today are not silver or gold. They're all composite. They're all nickel and stuff. For resin laps, the camera should be in full manual mode. Well, he's got with the ring light. He seems to be getting good. So
yeah, everything's fine the way it's working now.
So, but Old Curmudgeon does have a resin lapse, I believe he does, and he does resin printing. So maybe he's done some more playing with it. I don't know. I have a resin lapse cable, and I haven't used it. I don't resin print enough, and I don't. The only DSLR I have has been modified for astrophotography, so I can't use that one.
Hey, Friday, when I get this procedure done, maybe they'll give me a copy of the video. I don't think so, and I can make a video out of it.
You could ask. No, you could ask.
Yeah.
You can ask. Never done a Hangout for resin. Friend has a resin printer. He might be interested. Oh, you just remember things sometimes. Just sometimes you remember things. It's funny. So
yeah, I hear they had a recall on peanut butter. Jif peanut butter. I seen a thing online about E. coli, and I went and checked the date that I had on mine, and my bottle was one of them, but half of it already made it to my stomach. So I went to Walmart this morning. I switched out the brands to a store brand. It took a while for them to give me a refund, though, but I got it.
So yeah, so Jerry's going in for he's been just saying a procedure, so possibly Friday, correct?
Yeah, if I can afford the copay, it's scheduled for Friday at 1:00. They got to put me to sleep. When they're done, hopefully they'll buy me breakfast so you guys can kind of figure out what kind of procedure that is.
And flowers.
I've had 3 or 4 flowers too. I've had slap my butt when you're done. I've had them done 3 or 4 times in the past. No big deal.
Yeah. it's one of those things that you should get done every couple of years anyway, right?
Yeah.
After a certain age.
Actually, one of the times I had it done, I had discomfort the next day. So the guy must have sneezed or something. I don't know. But yeah,
Are you sure it was a camera he was using?
yeah. Yeah, I heard a story years ago. Let me see how nicely I can say this. A friend of mine that used to be a medevac pilot in the Army told me that when people would go in for physicals at some point when you're in the service, and they put a hand on your shoulder and they go cough. And anyway, to sum up the whole story, a second person walked in the room, and when the guy went cough, a second person put the second hand on the guy's shoulder. So now the guy feels two hands, one on each side, and he's saying cough. Like, what the hell? But it was a joke. So anyway.
That's funny. As I said, just make sure you ask for the destination of that finger, right? But yeah, it's a common procedure. Sorry guys, I'm loading up the laser again. Give me a few minutes. I need to put these in the best way so I get the cleanest engraving.
Yeah, a few years back, I had to wear a bag for about 6 months. It was the most horrible experience of my entire life. Having to wear that bag and problems and
I know
leaking.
people who are wheelchair bound who have to use the bag all the time.
Yeah. I went to the store one time, grocery shop, and I get out of my truck and I look at my stomach and it's like, oh my God. I was part of the way to the front door and I realized that I have a problem here and I got to turn around, go home and change, take a shower, clean up, start all over again.
Yeah.
Horrible.
As I said, I know some guys that I knew who are wheelchair bound.
Yeah.
That's their life. It's not just for a few months, it's every day. So, yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, I've been in perfect health my whole life until I retired, and all of a sudden things started going wrong. It's kind of how it worked.
That's why you don't plan to retire.
I got fat, lost all my muscle, and I'm just a totally different person than I used to be.
Barry, it's why you don't plan to retire. Sorry guys, just give me a minute. I'm almost done with this load. I'm aligning the stick so I get the cleanest surface, nicest surface to print to engrave on. So it takes a little bit of time.
You know those little big tree ducks that squeak?
Yes.
When I go into surgery on the gurney, I should take one of those with me so I can plan it. About the time they put me to sleep, they start squeaking or makes a noise. And they're like, what the hell?
Once we reach a certain age, yeah. Yeah, I'm the same. And I already know what I want it done to me after I go anyway. I want to be planted. I wanted them to dig a hole outside the front door, plant me face down with my butt sticking out of the ground, so people have somewhere to park their bikes. That's my plan.
Minus the overtime, I make the amount of money sitting at home doing nothing that I made when I was working. That doesn't include vacation pay and overtime, but my basic 40 hours I still currently make, and I get paid once a month.
I wish I could do that.
But cost of living, everything going up, then I just keep going backwards. So
yeah, well, yeah. That's the thing is the cost of living goes up, but what you're getting doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Well, I won't retire. I'll get bored too easy. Like if I ever did retire, I'd have to retire and into something else. I'd have to go into something like maybe I get into doing 3D printing or laser engraving or something along those lines as a job, or maybe I'll get work at a local college or science center or something like that, and work and take care of their planetariums and stuff, and do some of the science and astronomy outreach stuff with them. I don't know.
Witchcraft. How dare you do witchcraft?
What's witchcraft?
Science.
No, you got it wrong.
I know.
Oh, Matt. When are we ever going to find a fix for you?
Astroprinter is
I don't
paying for
know.
StreamYard now, guys. It costs him $25 a month. We've only got 3 people on screen. He can have 10 people on screen. Come on, join in. Let's
Come
get
on,
this
join.
going. You know, we need more than just us. Matt's always here. I'm always on Liam's stream. We need more people to pop in, hang out, chit chat.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're not already following me on YouTube, please do so. Subscribe to me on YouTube. I'm at just about I'm over 700, but I want to reach the 1,000 mark. So share it out with your friends. I'm saying this because I normally don't, but Jerry has been pushing me to say it to everybody, so he doesn't have to do it for me.
Yeah, I told Liam, if you want to get over 1,000 subs, every week mention it, share the link, spam it, talk about it, and it'll happen. Just, you know.
Well, I have it automatically. I'm not good at self-advertising. Admittedly so, right? I know. That's just who I am. Right? But he's got a point, though. Jerry has a point. Jerry's really good at self-advertising. Ooh, Vincent.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, guys.
How's life?
I hear you just got a job at DMV. You're giving driving tests now. Is that true?
I can only wish. I've been working on my printer for the past couple of days. I finally got it running.
Good.
Cool.
So,
Good.
don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, so what are you printing?
Printing a Google Nest holder for on the wall.
Okay.
My father asked me to make one for in his
Google
yacht.
Nest?
Yeah, for one of those round small speakers.
You mean the Google Home?
No, it's Google Nest. In the Netherlands, it's Google Nest.
Okay.
Nest took over the speaker itself.
Hey, Printer Ron, how are you? Well, Nest was a company, and then Google bought Nest.
Yeah, but basically, it's still Google Nest. The speaker here is called a Nest.
Okay, so
But it's from Google.
Yeah. Well, the way Google works is Google bought the company, but what's happening is they let them run as an independent.
Yeah.
And then their profits gets rolled up into Google, right? But yeah, a lot of companies are starting to do that now. Like Cisco Networking, they have a couple of other companies they bought, especially in the last couple of years, and they're allowing them run as independent entities because they've done so well as they're on their own, but their profits gets rolled up. So.
Yeah, so he's asked me to make one for wall mounting the speaker.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Cool.
So I tried it last week, and
Hey,
I showed you that my fan exploded.
Steven, cool. How are you, sir?
Hey. So my fan exploded last weekend. Switched that one out. Then I had some clogging issues, so took the whole thing apart, and the clogging was in the Bowden tube.
Oh, because that often happens on a Bowden machine when you're changing filament. If you pull it back while it's still molten, rather than push first, then after pushing out, squeezing out all the metal stuff out of the hot end, then put it back quickly. Then there's nothing to come back because all the metal stuff is pushed out.
Yeah, that's what I always did. So basically, open it and yank it out.
Printer Prawn XYZ. So you're hitting us on both locations. You're on Twitch and you're on YouTube. Cool. Thank you. So a lot of machines have a way of removing filament so you can reload it. Yeah. I never use that because it always retracts too slow and pulls the material back up through the Bowden tube.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. I hate using that. I always do the manual way.
Yeah, what I do is heat up the nozzle and then let it drip out first, and then yank it out.
Yeah, no. What I do is I heat up. I squeeze on the arm on the extruder. I push the filament in to squeeze out all the melted stuff and push to get a good bit of resistance. Then suddenly pull it out. That way, then all you're pulling out is all the melted stuff is already pushed through the nozzle. So what's left is a little bit soft, but it's actually not gooey. So
and the new filament I feed all the way back to the nozzle, then I extrude a little bit and then continue.
I actually don't. I just push it all the way in all my set manually.
That's what I just said.
Oh, but you said you extrude. Oh, you do the manual extrusion, right?
Yeah. So I think that went wrong with the last roll filament. So I had some clogging issues. So I switched out the nozzle and everything, and just did a new bottom tube, and had some issues with bed leveling. It's weird with my printer because if I do bed leveling when it's hot, I cannot get it leveled. I have to let it cool down and do it cold, and now it's printing.
Good. Well, Sebastian, yeah, I did, and I have 3 people who tagged my name. You're one of them, I believe. It's you. What's his name? I think it's 3 people. Yeah, but 3 people, and that was it. So, there's other people who have 19, 20, 30. So, chance of me getting one are slim, but I tried. Hey, Gafflag, I haven't had any issues with the mini. It purges and pulls out pretty quickly. Yeah, well, I normally do it on all my printers. I do it manually. I don't think I have any that I actually do automatic. No, if it's got an extruder, I can push a button to move. I'll do it all manually. I generally do. I find it easier and it's faster. And the nice thing about doing that is, during a print, if I need to reload, I'll slow my print down to about 10% speed. And while it's during infill, I will extrude a little bit, pull it out, then load the next one in, manually feed it down, and then extrude a little bit so it feeds into the infill again, and then let it print maybe one whole layer at a slower speed, and then ramp the speed back up again. You won't touch what statement? Which statement? About the mini purging quickly. Well, can you imagine you're sick and you're twisted. That's
Just
why
rub it.
That's why we like you.
Just rub it a little bit. Helps it out.
Same, just eraser. I can't walk away and forget. Yeah. No, I just wanted to do one layer at the 10% and then bring the speed back up again slowly. That's what I do. It generally works for me. Thank you, Ike.
Extruding every day keeps the doctor away.
Isn't that supposed to be an apple? But yeah, that's just my way. Even in direct drives, I do the exact same thing. Not just Bode, I always do it in direct drive as well. Some printers I have, not all printers, but some printers park really well when you do a filament change. Others don't do such a good job. So I know which ones are good and which ones are not. And based on that, I decide whether I'm going to do it on the fly or whether I'm going to park it. You extrude every morning after your coffee. Printer, that's a little bit too much information. If you push too hard, you can kink up. Then you're doing something wrong, Medcat. You're doing something wrong. At 8 a.m. EST, I'll be doing my first live build of the Focus Odin. Ooh, cool. So
Nice.
today, that's in 25 minutes. You're going to do a live build of the Focus. That'll be a short stream. That'll what, 15 minutes? That'll be a very quick short stream. 1 second, guys. I have to change out this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stay long anyway because I've got to work tomorrow morning and we have to clean out my uncle's house this week. So his house has to be empty this Sunday.
Isn't your daughter with you this week or was it last weekend?
My daughter, no, it's about 3 weeks ago.
I thought it was before that, sooner. Oh,
no. She was here for 2 days and had a blast.
Good. That's good news.
So yeah, she told me she got 2 jobs and she's still studying, so that's why she didn't call me.
Well, that's a good reason.
Yeah.
Now, my son is too young yet to start working. He's only 15.
And she's still studying, and so when she got a day off, she wants to be with her friends. That's normal, especially at that age.
I started working at 15 and a half.
Yeah, well, in Michigan, you have to be 16.
She's 22, so.
So, in Michigan, you have to be 16 years old. So my son is too young yet, but he plans to start working when he can. So he probably so after like after September, after August actually, he can start working. But the summer jobs are gone then. But because he's a swimmer, he could probably get a job next summer as a lifeguard at one of the one of the pools in the area.
Corey, my temperature, according to my computer, says it's 92 degrees out here in Vegas, 92 and sunny.
Our high today was something like 72 or 73.
In the house, my temperature gauge sitting next to me in the house says it's 80 at 21% humidity, but I believe I've got the thing in the hallway set on 79 right now. When I go to bed at night, I set my temperature at 78.
Jerry, I got a question. Those two masks in the background. Is that one from Iron Maiden?
No. That's Spawn,
Oh, okay.
the Spawn head.
From this distance, it looks like the head of Eddie of the Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I've had other people say that. It's kind of painted, but I never finished it. My next painting project will be Master Chief behind me. I'm currently working on a video for the Anycubic Cobra sitting on the table next to my head, and then I got Master Chief back there. I'm going to start painting on it soon.
Cool.
Yeah, I want to start with my my bigger workspace, but I got some stuff that I still got to do. I'm still need to clean out my uncle's house. Has to be emptied this Sunday. And after that, I got some other stuff. Got to redo the kitchen, and I already got the paint and everything. And
what up, Dum Dum?
How's life? So here, I keep the house in the early 70s. But today was in the early 70s outside. It was 72, 73. But our humidity is 40%. 42%, I think it was today.
Yeah, maybe because of humidity, you'd have to run a colder temperature. But
yeah,
if sometimes at night, if my thermostat, if it hits 80, even though I got a fan blowing on me, and I sleep in my underwear basically at night, I don't wear jammies or nothing like that. But anyway, if it hits 80, then I get uncomfortable, so I got to kick it down to 78 or 79. But anything over 79 in the house is uncomfortable.
Yep.
Yeah,
we have dry heat here, so we don't have a humidity problem here in Vegas.
Well, I don't mind the heat. It's the humidity is harder, but when it's 85, 90 degrees here and 100% humidity outside, or even 100 degrees and 100%, 110% humidity, I'm out working in the garden. I like that type of weather. So, the dry heat is okay, but I don't mind the humidity either because I lived in Singapore for a couple of years, and that's hot and humid. Well, it has two seasons. Singapore does. It's either hot and dry or hot and wet, and that's during their monsoon. And it's always hot, and even when it's not raining, it's humid. And the weird thing, I'm not right, I know, yeah. The weird thing is, during their monsoon weather, right, when the sun would be out, it'd be 95 degrees, right? It'd be baking hot, right? Or no, 100 degrees. It'd be about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and it'd be baking hot, and it rains, and then the rain comes out. Once the rain is over, a big heavy shower. I mean, one shower in 10 minutes, and you have that much water on the ground, about 6 or 8 inches of water on flooding on the roads. But their drainage is so good that in 10 minutes, once the rain stops, that's gone. And then it all evaporates because the sun comes out and shines again, and it all just boom into the air. And you get so heavy, you can cut your way through the air. It's really, 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 really thick. Like, I remember the very first day I landed in Singapore. Walked out the door with my trolley with my bags in it because I was moving there. With my bags and everything, and walked out through the airport. The airport's cold. Changi Airport. Singapore wouldn't exist without the aircon because it's only 168 miles north of the equator. So you walk out with the bags, and it's nice and cool in the airport, right? They have really great air conditioning, and you walk out and the doors open, and this wall of hot, thick, humid air smacks you, and you're going to go trying to get your breath. You're not used to it.
That's the face I'll have Friday if they don't sedate me.
I think it'll be a little bit more of a surprise than that. As I said, make sure it's the camera they're using, right?
Yeah.
No, but I like the humidity. I'll be out cutting the grass and digging up working like cutting the trees and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, in that humidity, I'm happy out there in that. I like the sun. I like the heat. I don't like the cold. For me, when the temperature goes below 70 degrees,
I don't like cold weather.
yeah, when it drops below 70 for me, I'm putting on a jacket. Everyone else going around here goes around in t-shirts because they're used to the Michigan weather. I'm out there with a coat, and then it hits 45, and it hits 50 degrees. My winter coat goes on.
Come to the Netherlands then.
Oh,
everybody's wearing shorts when it's only 10
I hope
degrees
you don't
Celsius
give them
here.
a StreamYard link. Oh yeah, that's what Jerry's going to do. He's going to give them a StreamYard link for the camera. He's going to live stream it.
Yeah.
You'd be amazed. You should ask. They may not like. They might live stream it.
I think I've asked them in the past, and they don't do that. But I'll ask.
But they do. They might do recording for you, because they do record it for themselves for diagnostic reasons.
Yeah, if I could hide a cell phone, I could have it running, and I could hear audio, but there's nowhere to hide it.
No. Cold or hot, you get used to it. You know what? It's easier to get used to the heat than it is to the cold. Like I grew up in Ireland, and I'm going to Germany. They get harsher winters in Germany than they do in Ireland, and it wasn't that much of a change. So it wasn't so bad. But going to Singapore to the heat, I got used to the heat after about 3 weeks. But now that I'm here, I can't get used to the heat, the cold at all. Hide it in your prison pocket. The problem is
that's where the camera's going.
Where the camera's going.
Yeah.
So they'll find it. So yeah.
Hide a little note like a fortune cookie.
You owe me dinner.
I have a link to my YouTube channel or my or something on it.
That's funny. But they do record it, so they may give you a copy of it. So some do. Like when I had surgery on my knee, I was in twilight, so I was partly awake when I had my ACL and MCL done on my knee.
Every time I've ever been put to sleep, whether it was for that or when they cut me open and I had the bag and all that, every single time I remember waking up wondering, when am I going to sleep? Every single time. Because, they go to gas you, and next thing you know, you're waking up wondering, okay, I'm waiting to go to sleep. And
yeah, the gas is actually oxygen. It's not the gas that puts you to sleep. It's the shot in your arm.
However they do it, it's like you're out and you're not, And the last time I think they had trouble waking me up.
Yeah. So. They said to count back from 10. You go 10, 9, and that's you're gone.
That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. If you get to 8 or 7, you're lucky. Yeah, I've had a few small surgeries, but and I'm the type when I wake up. I know some people who wake up out of it and they're combative, so they always ask, "Are you combative?" Because then they have to strap you in when you wake up to make sure you don't hit somebody, right? Because some people do wake up angry because of the sedation, because of medication that affects them.
When I was skydiving back in 1983, I think it was, and I broke my foot, I had to go to the hospital, and they had to set my foot in the ER before I went into surgery, or whatever it was they did. They said they gave me an amnesia shot, which I've never heard of, because they said I was combative, I was cussed them out, I was doing this, I was doing that. I don't remember any of it, but I guess I was awake when it happened, but I don't remember any of it. I just remember what they told me.
Oh, I've never heard of an amnesia shot.
I think that's what they called it, and when they had to set my foot or something, and I guess I was awake when they did it, but to this day, I don't remember any of it ever happening. I'd like to have it on video.
Huh. When you get a colonoscopy, make sure they don't try to save money and scope. Oh.
Yes, obvious, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they only go one direction, as far as I know. Because the cameras are different. It's a bigger camera for your throat.
Then after my surgery one time, then I'm not going to say what I'm talking about, but the nurse came in the room and said, "Okay, we can remove this tube now. You don't need it." And then she did, and then comes back in the room, Tim, and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we got to put it back in." So that sucked. I was wide awake.
The answer is no.
Yeah.
Not unless you knock me out again. The weirdest thing, after I had my knee done, like your knee gets all swollen, right? So they put a tube inside, or a drain tube wrapped around the joint. And like after about 2 weeks, when the swelling goes down, they actually bring you. You go to your doctor, and in the outpatient, they say they're going to take out the tube. Because is that like you don't need a drain tube in there anymore for fluids around the swelling, right? And what they don't warn you, they didn't warn me. They said we're going to take the tube out. It's going to be, there's nothing to it, right? It might feel weird, but what they do is they'll say 1, and they don't even count to 3, and they just pull this long tube, and you wouldn't think it, but a tube is about 1.5 meters long, about 5 feet long, and that's inside wrapped around the joint to absorb the moisture to drain it out of your knee.
Wow.
Yeah, you think it's this length. It's about this long, wrapped around on the inside of your knee. It's weird, and you can feel as they're pulling it out, you can actually feel it move and unwrap itself from around your bone, your joints. It's really weird. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. I remember having asked the nurse if I was allowed to take my medication while near my mouth. She said it was okay. So when they gave me the general anesthesia, I had someone pushing their thumb on my throat.
And I realized why hospital food tastes so terrible. Because every time I had all these different IVs and different bags going into my arm, different chemicals, that makes your taste buds go to hell. Because I had my son bring me some M&Ms. I tasted one M&M and I had to spit it out because it was 1,000 times too sweet. The chemicals going in your body affects your taste, so it's not exactly always the hospital food. It's the chemicals that are making it.
Sometimes it's the hospital food. Even if you don't have medication, sometimes it is the hospital food. There's no doubt about that. That some places are better than others. I will admit that. But the best tasting thing in hospitals is often the dessert, because they don't make them; they're shipped in.
And 3 or 4 years ago, it was the first time I ever had what's that shot called? The stuff that really feels good?
Which?
Morphine?
Morphine. The first time I ever had morphine in my arm, it's like, wow, this is good. So whenever they'd come back in and say, "Mr. Knapp, what's your pain level?" 8. If you say 3 or 4, they'll give you Tylenol or whatever. So you give them a high number, they'll give you more morphine. Pretty amazing sensation.
I can't take like when I had my knee done, I was given like codeine and stuff for the pain. I can't take that. I have a bad reaction to codeine. It makes me sick, physically sick.
When I blacked out in the hospital, I fell in the hallway, and everything was just white, and I just went straight down. I landed on a box of clothes / the hard floor, and my tailbone, I fractured it. I didn't break it. They said I just bruised it. I had a bunch of x-rays, but I still have issues where my tailbone bothers me. But they took x-rays and said, no, it's not cracked. You just bruised it. I think it's fractured. But sometimes I'm in the shower in weird positions, and I can feel my tailbone hurt, and I don't know. It's just never got better.
Jerry?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to ask this question. What type of weird positions do you get into in the shower?
Yeah.
Because you said in a weird position.
No, well, just different positions. Nothing in particular, just when I'm washing up. So.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Whenever I wash my butt, I stick my head between my legs and watch what I'm doing. So,
TMI.
That would be impressive.
Get out.
Yeah.
I give you 50 quid right now if you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So I can't do barbiturates at all. They don't sit well with me at all. They make me feel ill. So what I did was, after my surgery, instead of being on the strong stuff, I just did paracetamol. That's all I took.
I had one operation that I had to cut open my ear from top to bottom, lay it in front of me. I had to repair the whole inside of my ear, pull it back, and glued it shut again. And when I woke up a couple of days later, there was about 10 meters of stuff in my ear that I had to pull out. Like it kept on going because I had a hole in my ear.
Wow.
Oh. That can't be fun.
No, it was very. I was constantly dizzy, couldn't swim. And when I stood up too fast, every time I had a dizzy spell, headache, or I turned my head around on my pillow, and it kept on going and going.
Oh, yeah.
I got a morphine shot one time, and right as the nurse was giving it to me, I had to get up that very second and run to the bathroom because I was having a problem. And she shouldn't have let me out of bed because that was just hitting my system when my feet hit the floor, and I almost went splat. I didn't. I made it to the restroom, but yeah, that was. And I told her
They
after the
should have
fact.
accompanied you there.
Yeah, I told her after the fact. Next time you're giving somebody a shot of morphine, don't not let them get out of bed. If they have a problem, well, they just got to go. But yeah, that wasn't good.
They should have at least accompanied you there, you know.
Well, it was at the bathroom door, was at the end of the bed, so I didn't have. But yeah, they should have held on to me.
Yeah. That's the normal process. It should be the normal process.
My sister was always asking me, "Oh, you want me to bring you some magazines? You want this? You want that?" No, I don't even want company. When I'm in the hospital and I don't feel good, I don't want to look at magazines. I don't want to watch TV. I just feel terrible, and I just want to lay there and hopefully get better soon.
Yeah.
I think I live streamed one time quickly. Tech Daddy, what's going on?
Hey, Tech Dad, how are you?
Hey,
We're doing well. Doing some laser engraving, doing some 3D printing, and then just hanging out and chilling with everybody else.
yeah, I'm playing a video game.
Yeah, Matt is gaming. He's doing what's it called? Kerbal Space Program.
Yeah, here you go.
When I broke my foot a couple of years ago, I was too broke to go to the hospital, so I ordered a cast supplies on Amazon.
I need to put my picture a little smaller.
Oh, so you could, yeah. Well, if you break, you probably fracture it because if you broke it, the bones would be out of alignment. Most people call a break is actually only a fracture; it's a crack in the bone. An actual break where the bone is actually separated, then you'd have to get that reset.
Yeah, that's how my foot was on the side. I think I broke both bones in my leg, and I got a steel plate and 8 screws still in them. I never had removed. I was supposed to have them removed a year after they were put in, but I never did.
Yeah.
And thank God they've never backed out or caused me any problem. Because all these years later, the bone would have overgrown them. So.
Yeah, they grow around it. It would. But a lot of people say the word break when it's actually not a break. It's actually a crack in the bone, and that's why the hospital calls them fractures rather than breaks. A break means the bone is totally separated from each other and they're actually askew, you know?
Yeah. Well, when I hit the ground, my foot was looking to the right, so it was broke.
Your foot has eyes because it looks right?
Yeah.
Cool. I've never had anything as bad as that.
My ring finger I smashed in the door of a truck and I ripped the tip of it off.
Yeah.
And then I broke my little finger hitting the wall. Its stud got in the way.
4 broken ribs, a broken hip. 2 toes. So I think that's enough.
I haven't had any of those. I've had
I cracked
stuff.
two of my ribs twice when I was doing a motocross and I went over the handlebars. We didn't have good protection then, so you didn't have any rib protection or neck protection. We didn't have that when we were driving motorbikes. So I jumped over a hill, landed on my front wheel, and basically I was launched off the bike and landed on the handlebars.
Hey, Kieran.
Hey.
Take that. So you had a hip replaced. I know people who've had that done.
My brother needs one really badly. He's crippled. He's 65. His lower back is screwed up. His hip is messed up. And then one doctor says they can't replace it.
No, they did a pin in there and they basically mounted it together.
Well, you're at work.
It was like this, and this part was broken, so they did a pin in there and they fixed it.
Titanium. Yeah. They actually use a titanium. It's like a ball joint with a spike in it, and they hammer it into the bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which can split the bone, and then they got to try to clamp it. But
no, actually, they clamp it when they're hammering it in, and they leave the clamps on it. And then it's got like a type of epoxy when they use it.
Yeah, I've seen a video on that on YouTube about them driving it in.
I've never heard of a bone break.
Like a railroad spike or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hit from the side when I was driving on my scooter. And a drunk driver basically fled the scene because of control stop. And he was like, "I'm out of here," and he scooped me from the side.
You're welcome to come in and join if you want to jump on, Liz. It's up to you, but the link is there if you want to join. That goes for everybody else. If anyone wants to come in and join, you're all welcome. I'm laser engraving. Let me quickly show you what my laser is doing. Let me switch over to the camera. My laser is in there being busy. That's a CO2 laser. And so it's moving at 260 millimeters per second is the engraving speed at 11% power. So it's only actually doing about 3.5 to 4 milliamps of power is all it's drawing.
So Liam, that's the laser you need when you want to do acrylic?
That will cut acrylic, yes. Oh yeah, and like a hot knife through butter.
Okay.
That will go through acrylic like that. Or you're on maker deck duty, okay. Have a good stream, Stephen.
All right, you just caught up. When you switch cameras back, you were going really super fast, and then you caught up to yourself.
Oh.
You're okay now.
Okay. Maybe it's the buffering on StreamYard, I don't know. Work doubly so. They are what I'm engraving, I'll show you. I have a box of them already done. I'm engraving, let me put myself full screen so you can see easy. This is a job I was doing. Is these little sticks. It says the word stack stick on it. And it's for a little tool for testing coins, if they're real silver or gold. And it's a little utility tool. I have one around here. I have to find it again. And basically, you put a coin between these little arms, and you hit it with a stick. And the tone of the coin will tell you if it's silver or not. A really high, clear pitch sound will tell you if it's silver or gold. And if it's not silver or gold, like one of those pure metals, this coin will sound kind of dull.
My dog is shedding a lot. She's short hair too. It's like God.
Well, it's this season anyway. Shedding is time of the season, right?
Yeah, I've got hair on everything.
Hope you didn't get the cobalt one. What cobalt one are you referring to? What's cobalt one? What are you? I'm lost. So that's what I'm doing there. And then over here, like I was doing on MakerDeck today, I was streaming. I'm printing the Flexi Dragon from Flex Factory. It's their Imperial Dragon, the new Imperial Dragon. And that's being printed on the MakerPi P3 Pro, which I've changed the bed on that because, let me show you. The bed on that, when I first started using the machine, it does cobalt replacement parts. They don't do that anymore. It's all titanium now. Hey, John, how are you? So one of the early, this printer, when I started using it first, the extruder went a bit crazy on me at first because it does stuff a little different than other printers. You see that nice long crease right through the center? Right? So that is embedded right into this build track surface, magnetic. So I got a filament replacement bed for it, and that's what I'm printing on. It's a filament double-sided bed. So one side is textured, one side is smooth. so I can flip over and back and decide which one I want to use depending on the material. How's life, John? Do you want to come in and join us? There's a link there, John. If you want to come join us, you are welcome.
Hey, Tripod.
Hey, Tripod.
Yeah, the Cobalt ones were bad.
So guys, I'm going off to bed. I need to work tomorrow.
All right.
Awesome.
You
Have a great night. Enjoy working.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
Ciao. So I set up the BIQ Pixel L now, but I have no idea what to print after the calibration prints. There's lots of models out in Thingiverse that are good for resin if you search for resin prints, and they're also on Prusa on printables.com. They have a lot of resin models out there as well that you can use, or you can go to somewhere like Etsy and buy them.
Repairing a laser. What happened, John? And which laser?
Oh yeah, which one? I'm guessing it's his Mr. Carve one. His DPSS laser. So what happened? Jump on and tell us, John.
Oh, is that laser like the one that it's quite well? Naomi Wu had a different one, but it was a Mr. Carve.
Yeah, she has a Mr. Carve M3, which is the new one by Mr. Carve.
Okay.
That is
I seen her video this morning. It actually looked like a big plastic unit, but it was probably metal.
It's not your laser. So okay, so somebody else's laser working. Okay. Yeah, so the M3, which is the new one from Mr. Carve, comes with, you have the option to come with a 5-watt. Is there a 5 or 10 watt and blue laser and or a red laser, which is an infrared laser. I think it's 1,500 nanometer red laser. I think something like that. I'm not sure. I can't remember the frequency of it. So yeah, so that one you can switch out the heads and do either normal wood stuff or switch it out to do the metal option as well. Let me take myself off here. Oh, I never started off my job. Did I get it all set up? What's done?
If anybody out there watching, I could drop in. The link is in chat. If not, Liam can repost it. It'd be great to have more than 3 people on screen. Liam can have up to 10 people at a time on screen.
Come on, Tripod, come in.
Tripod says it's a 1064 nanometer.
1064, okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember what the frequency was. I need this. 1 second, guys. I need to switch these around.
I'm slowly working on a video for the anti-cubic Cobra sitting behind me. I put it together earlier, and I just got to level the bed and start some prints and film some time lapses. So in a couple of days, I'll have a video out on that. And then Master Chief behind me, as you've seen in my video, he's all done, put together. I got him primed, but I just got to start painting that also. And he's not glued to the base. That way the base can be separate from the statue. It's easier to paint.
Sorry, guys. Just let me load these up, and I'll get started with the next batch.
No worries. We can still hear you from across the room.
Yeah.
Yep.
These are done. 1064. Yeah. That's in the infrared spectrum. Printer prawn. What would be a nightmare is it took me a while to get the nerve up to get it done. Oh. I'm still waiting on the 10 watt laser from Falcon. I don't have a 10 watt. I got a 5 watt and it works great. So you ordered it. Yeah, I have the 5 watt. Actually, I have it in here right now. They didn't have a 10 watt, so they sent me the 5 watt.
Yeah, I've got 5. It's 5.5s, and I got the 110 watt on the X-Carve D1.
Yeah, I have a 10 watt. I have a 10 watt head for the Z1. I do have a 10 watt head. I have a 5 and 10 watt head for that. But most of what I have are 5 watt lasers. All right, guys, give me a moment. I can hear you and I can talk to you while I'm over here doing this.
Yeah, I'm assembling a lamp what I printed a while ago.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get as many of these done as I can. They go pretty fast. Like I've done some like 3,000 in the space of 1 week. So it just takes time. The slowness is loading them up, and if I spend enough time on it, I could probably automate the process. You know, do one at a time and automate it. But I can just load up 20 at a time this way, and I can get them going. So
that 3mm fiber optic line I ordered May 12th, it's been shipped. It says I'm not going to get it till August, so I guess it's coming by rowboat.
it's probably coming via Chicago. It'll take forever.
Yeah, something.
No offense, John, but Chicago Post is terrible. Everything I've ever sent in the last 2 years, I went via Chicago, got stuck there for weeks doing nothing. Like that 3D printed part I sent over to Norway, 6 weeks sitting in Chicago before they even moved.
And my Hypercube, I replaced the belts on it, and I got the Gates belts from AliExpress. They were really cheap. I ordered twice as many as I needed. Ordered eight meters instead of 4. And I got them put on. I got them snugged up real good. Done a test print on a benchy. I'll show you a close up here in a minute. But I got a squeak, something squeaking. So it must be one of my pulleys, because all the pulleys around it have a bolt that runs through them, and they ride on that. So I'm assuming one of the pulleys, I need a little oil on it. But
use grease.
It's not from the smooth rails. The only thing that'll get down inside of them is oil, because they're smooth or geared pulleys that have a bolt that run through them. And the only thing I could possibly get on them would be 1 drop of oil, and that would only be on the top one, not the one below it, because I can't figure out where the squeak is coming from.
Did you put a mousetrap out?
Well, if you heat the oil, that's good. Let me bring it over, Jerry. Well, that's nice.
No, it's okay.
That printed really clean.
There was no stringing on it. That's that Army Green Ziltech PLA.
Yeah, that's a nice color.
I made up a profile that's roughly okay in Idea Maker. Kind of slammed together a profile and done this little benchy and 80 millimeters a second. So I think it came out pretty good.
A Hellcation. I've never heard of a Hellcation before.
A Hellcation.
Never heard of a Hellcation before. That's new to me.
It's like a vacation, but it's a healthcation. You go there for health reasons on vacation, healthcation.
What they do? You go to a doctor there, and they do all of the medical stuff and stuff. I got very lucky, and got promoted to a salary position, so I could get off and retrieve all my pay with my insurance. Okay. Morgan Spurlock did a special on that. On what, a Hellcation? Who's Morgan Spurlock? Did anyone answer that?
Nope.
Never heard of Morgan Spurlock.
If I had a lot of money, I'd like to go visit Taiwan. It looks pretty interesting.
Taiwan is nice. Beautiful place to visit.
Of course, I'd have to leave my wife at home if I went. She couldn't go.
The scenery there is fantastic.
Yeah, I've seen some videos on YouTube.
The supersized guy. I don't know who the supersized me guy is either. I don't know who that is.
Oh, Supersize Me. I know who that.
I've never seen that.
Ate at McDonald's forever and ever. They made a movie about it. He ate there for like 30 days or something. Gained a lot of weight.
Don't know who. I've never seen it. But and logometry, where I have a credit on it. Chris is in it too. Okay. I never heard of logometry either. Sorry.
Copy and paste it while you're standing there, Liam, and you can look at it later.
Copy and paste what? Logometry?
That word.
It sounds like it's a movie.
Pull up a tab or something and throw it up there. Then when you get time, look it up.
Yeah, but it sounds like a movie. Because Chris and Liz has got a credit on it. So for what a hip replacement costs here in the US, you can travel to Italy and get it done, and vacation while you're there, and still be a lot cheaper unless you have great insurance. Vlogumentary. Okay, and it's a movie about people who vlog. Okay. Yeah, that's that type of stuff I kind of watch anyway. So I'm a sci-fi nerd.
I would love to be in a sci-fi movie. I'd do it for free, just to be in the movie. Well, maybe for free.
They never do it for free because you have to sign up to the Actors Guild and stuff to do it.
If somebody was making a movie and I knew the right person, they could just pull me and put me in the movie. I wouldn't have to go through an Actors Guild. They could just put me in the movie if they wanted me in the movie.
Yeah, I know one guy who, like Dave Petzel said he was pulled into one.
Yeah.
But because of his car was in it, and he was just asked to drive the car. If you remember that one, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, like an extra.
Yeah. Morgan went to an Asian country hospital and was like a 5-star hotel. Okay. Some countries, but depending on what you're getting done, they may not do as good a job. That's the issue you have to worry about as well. In some countries, and depending on the hospital you go to, the doctor you're dealing with, some would do a good job, some may not. I know people who got dental work done overseas, and a few years later gave them problems. And when they got it to go to get it repaired here, they gave them a list of reasons why it was failing, and it was all because of the work that was done. So I was looking into that option prior to the job promotion. Okay. Yeah, so as I said, I know some people who you can get really lucky and you can get really unlucky. It depends what type of the doctor you get, So yeah, do a lot of research before you go that route.
I got 2 rolls of Army Green from Ziltech. What should I print on a hypercube? Something very big, something I could actually maybe use. Just wondering what I should make. I originally was going to do Master Chief really big, but now I have him done in resin. I don't need to redo him in PLA. But I've looked around on a few sites. Like nothing really. I don't really see anything I really want to print or need. And obviously, I don't need statues because I kind of like have some.
A Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Be ready for this to come at Christmas.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. It's not a great idea, but it's not a bad idea. I have been in lots of movies. I've only been in one.
Oh, cool.
I was in one a long time ago. And that was fun, but they're long days. They're crazy long days when you're in the movies. There's no such thing as a 9 to 5. It's we used to start at 4 in the morning or 4:30 in the morning, get ready, and we wouldn't finish till about 9 o'clock at night. That's how long our days was. Like 12 to 16 hours a day is about average when you're doing as an extra in a movie. That's or even as a primary actors, that's their norm. 15, 16-hour days is norm for them. And they just can't say no because they were hired to do the role, and it's up to the director what gets done and when. But they were really long days. I said we got up at 4:30 in the morning to get into costume, and then we are out by 6 o'clock. We were out on site, and we were there until we got fed and everything out there, but we were there until about 8 o'clock in the evening. It was during the summer. We were there till about 8 o'clock in the evening.
Movie theaters. What I used to like about theaters is it was a reasonable price. You could movie hop. You could sneak in all your own snacks. That's when it was fun.
You could still do all that. You can still sneak. You can't movie hop as much anymore, but you can't bring in your own snacks.
Last time I was at a theater was a cannery, and I had to pick out a certain seat. They went and sat me and said, "You're sitting there." It was like a lounge chair, but here's where you're sitting. You can't sit wherever you want.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So.
Well, it depends on the seat. Well, it depends. In the cinemas where I am, the certain seats you have to sit in them because they're the more comfortable, bigger, softer seats. You know, like big fluffy armchairs. And then others are you can pick and choose whatever seats available. So it varies depending on the theater.
And when I used to be able to sit anywhere, I'd always want to sit in the middle on the end of the row, right next to the aisle, usually about middle, halfway down.
So you get out quickly.
Yeah, that way you can get up quickly.
Yeah.
And don't take kids to the theater because then they want to get up and go to the bathroom right in the middle of the movie, and then they probably don't have to go. They just get bored and they blow your movie for you. So,
Printables only has 94 SLA models, and a good part of which are rings. Then try Thingiverse. They do have it. I've seen some okay prints out there. Now, find something that you know is from like a single model is better than multiple parts, because I find if you go with multiple parts for somebody you do not know, they may not fit well together. Whereas if you go with a single model and it's all one piece, you just add the supports and at least you know you're going to get a one piece out of it.
and if you got little kids that are really hyper, put on a Disney movie, have them wear a Velcro suit, have Velcro on the wall, and just stick them on the wall and let them watch TV.
Well, it's like that one. What was the one that you could get at the fairgrounds? You wear the suit, you run at the wall, and you jump and you stick to it.
Yeah, yeah.
I run a full cinema theater at work.
There's a new movie out on Netflix. Jackass done another movie, and I watched the first 10 minutes of it, and I'm sorry I had to stop watching it.
That bad? Well, I never watched the original.
What they did with the hot sauce and the popsicle, no, I can't watch that. So
I did. Okay, I didn't see the original because I don't like their stuff in general. When they had this,
it's root and
yeah,
there's stuff here and there that's funny, but then what I was watching at the beginning is like, no, I can't watch this.
So dangerous, some of the stuff they're doing.
Yeah,
and then people copying them.
Yeah, some of it's really stupid, and it gives people the impression you can do stuff like that and get away with it. But
Yeah.
what you don't realize is the guys who are in those movies, they have been acrobats, all this kind of stuff. That's what they used to do.
They're professional idiots. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call a stuntman a professional idiot, but like some of those.
No,
guys,
the people in the movie are
and stuff,
the stars in the movie are professional idiots that do their own stunts. Not something in general. No.
Yeah, no, I didn't see any humor in it, personally.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny. But I also thought that I thought what they were doing was idiotic.
Bend over hot sauce, scream and yell and cry, and then get a popsicle to cool it down. I'm not going to explain it. You can figure out what I'm talking about. So
Yes, and
that's like, I'm not watching that.
No, sorry. I have better things to do with my time,
Yeah.
Steve-O is a degreed clown. He's way smarter than. Yes, he is. He is, and actually, I think he worked as a carny for a while, and I think he did some stunt training as well. But yeah, he is a special case. As you see here in the States, he's sharp bus special. So, yeah, I wouldn't be doing anything like that. And I'm not interested in that type of show. That has no appeal for me.
Would anybody like to jump in and hang out with us, chit chat? We're running out of stuff to talk about. We'd love to have you on camera.
Yeah,
and if you want, you can have an emoji and just have your voice. You don't actually have to show your face if you don't want to.
Yeah, we keep hoping Matt does that, but he doesn't listen.
Yeah, the new Top Gun does look like an excellent movie. I watched a clip last night where the one comedian was with Tom Cruise, and he took him up in a jet fighter, and that was pretty cool.
But Tom Cruise does most of his own stunts.
Yeah. Well, he's a real pilot, too. That was interesting.
He's a
John says he'll join soon. John the machinist.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I haven't spoken to John in a while. Sorry, you guys. Let me load this up and I'll be with you. Yeah, but like.
Take care, Loopy. Have a good night.
Do you remember the one? Oh, take care, Louise. What was the one that he did? When he one of the stunts, one of the Mission Impossibles, he was hanging off a plane, taking off. That was actually Tom Cruise who did that himself.
Yeah, just like when he went up and was wearing that suit in that one, his last Mission Impossible movie, he actually did that also.
Yeah.
No, he takes in this video. He takes up the comedian. I can't think of his name. He does impersonations and stuff, and he took him up and in a P-51 fighter, World War II plane. Then after that, they landed and they got in a small jet, not a military jet, but a private jet, and he took him up in that, and that was pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, he's got a couple of different pilot's licenses, and he's talking about doing a recording on the International Space Station as well.
Yeah, my uncle built a plane. He spent his whole life as a hobby building a plane from World War I, and he flew it 5 times and he died in it.
Well, John Denver wrote a song about leaving on a jet plane, and he died in one too.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So, but sorry guys, I'm nearly there. This is actual work, so. So, has anybody else heard from John for a while?
I can't hear you guys, so you guys can probably.
What's wrong?
He's got his headphones off, so now we can talk about him. What
we got to say with him, we say to his face.
Yeah.
He's used to us. Was he back in?
Oh, wow.
What?
I went to the store this morning, and one of the things I was going to buy was Clorox wipes. I just thought about it. I forgot to buy them.
Oh.
I do that all the time. I go to the store, and there's a main reason I go there, and then when I get home, I got everything but that. Yeah, I forgot. I was going to buy was Clorox wipes. I forgot to buy them.
Mute your
Twitch. All the time. I go to the store, and there's a main reason I go there, and then when I get home, I got everything but that. Yeah, I forgot. I was going to buy was Clorox wipes.
Yeah, you have to mute your Twitch, Jimmy.
Hang on.
Yeah, she tried Saturday and couldn't, so she got mad and left.
Oh, that was on her cell phone, yeah.
I had StreamYard muted.
Cool. You hear us now?
Tom
Yeah.
who?
I
Which
can hear
Tom?
you. It's very laggy, though.
Oh. Seems to be fine for the rest of us. I don't know. So
are you watching? Where do you get your audio coming in? StreamYard, Jamie, or Twitch?
Hang on. Yeah, now I'm good.
Okay.
I
So who are you?
had muted Twitch, but I was still on the Twitch tab, so that's why I'm good.
So, you're talking about I noticed Tom's teeth. Who's Tom whom?
He's talking about Tom Cruise. Something about his teeth. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. His teeth are really white. I noticed that, but I didn't notice. Does he have a gap or something?
No, they're just like perfect, I think.
No, actually, do you know? What's his name has the same. What's his name? The movie, The Lincoln Lawyer. What's his name?
Matthew McConaughey.
McConaughey. Apparently, he brushes his teeth about 10 times a day. He walks around the house with a toothbrush in his mouth.
Probably veneers.
If I had the money, I'd have pretty white teeth too. But I don't have any money and I don't have any teeth. Well, not very many.
You got a 3D printer, buy some dental resin.
I only lost 2 teeth so far.
I had a dentist 4 or 5 years ago, gave me the files I needed and told me where to go find the program. I couldn't make heads or tails out of it because I was going to buy dental resin and attempt to make my own teeth.
Well, iFund makes dental resin.
Even if I could make fake teeth to put in the top that I couldn't actually eat with, but just for when you look at me and sometimes when I smile, you might see them. If I could just use them for that cosmetic purpose only, I wish I had them because I've only got bottom front teeth.
It doesn't actually. I don't think it damages the enamel, but Fixum dude went to school with Matthew McConaughey. I did not know that.
Cool.
But what's his name? I can't remember his name now. Yeah, but McConaughey's I saw once on the TV show he was being interviewed, and someone mentioned it to him.
My flicker went away. My flicker went away, Jamie, when I turned off my overhead light, and I just got the ring light on.
Yep. If you can put your camera on, I think 60 hertz, the overhead, the fluorescent won't mess with it.
That's it. That's your current. That's the frequency of the current in your house is 60 hertz. Yeah. That's cool. He went to someone like that. Cool.
So what are y'all doing? Just standing around?
So, well, I'm 3D printing a dragon here, and I'm laser engraving on my CO2 laser, which is here. So I'm doing some laser engraving on that. 50 for me here.
Maker Viking.
How are you?
Jerry, I saw your halo. You gonna paint him?
Yeah, he's primed right now. In the video, he wasn't primed. Now he's primed, so it's ready to start painting. And then I got the Anycubic Cobra set up earlier. I'm slowly working on a video for that. And between that and painting, those are my current projects.
Liam went to school with the guy from Lucky Charms. Pink hearts, yellow moons, orange stars, green clovers, blue diamonds.
That's a good one.
That's very good. I like that.
And you know what? My husband likes Lucky Charms, but I never noticed. I stole a bowl the other night. The last thing I remember was all of the marshmallows, and the last thing I remember was and purple horseshoes. When did unicorns show up?
Printer Prawn. Wait, now I have a question. How do you know? Is there something like? Apparently, you have some intimate knowledge about me. I'm working on our
That's
friend.
Liam's cousin on the front of the box.
Who told you? He's from the Midwest, but spent a lot of his life in Texas. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I've never eaten Lucky Charms, ever.
They're not good.
Yeah.
Lucky Charms is awesome. You don't have to use milk. You can just eat them while you're watching TV for a snack.
I don't like the feeling of those marshmallows when they crunch. I don't.
Most of my life, I grew up loving Captain Crunch, but it's really hard on the roof of your mouth.
Yeah.
I can't. It's hard for me to chew up most things.
Like my idea of a cereal for breakfast, would be
Frosted Flakes,
corn flakes or Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, and if you slice up a banana makes Frosted Flakes better. My dad ate corn flakes forever, and I grew up liking Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, I like the Kellogg's.
Cinnamon Life.
Yeah.
But
that's my go-to. Usually, I just eat like oatmeal in the morning.
I don't have breakfast. I don't eat until 11 a.m. in the morning. That's my first meal of the day.
That's about when I eat at 11. When I wake up, I'm not hungry. So I usually get a Monster or a cup of coffee, and I nuke it because it's from yesterday.
Hey, John.
Hey, what's going on? There
John,
he was.
Come up again. You hit the wrong button.
Pop in, pop out.
You hit the wrong button, John. Come back in again. Subsectors in Texas. I know that, yeah. We sent Chris Weetabix. Weetabix are good.
What?
Weetabix are nice. I like Weetabix. They're nice. They're like a little dried wheat cake that you add milk or hot milk or
I bet those are good because I love really shredded wheat.
There's no sugar added to them at all.
Yeah.
So you can sweeten them your own way. I met her on Liam's stream, and yeah, she's been on my stream, and I've been on hers a couple of times as well. I can't remember her name. You asked me earlier on, Jerry, and I can't remember her name.
Who?
Subsector. Can't remember her name.
I was trying to think of her name, and I couldn't think of her first name.
Yeah,
Same
I like Weetabix.
I love shredded wheat.
Well, Weetabix are actually they're much bigger. Kenda, that's it.
Kenda.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
shredded
The
wheat
Weetabix
used to
are
be
nice.
great big.
Like I grew up eating like steel cut oats was my breakfast when I
Yeah.
was most time when I was growing up, and it's best when you put it in the pot and steep it in water overnight, and then the next morning cook them because then they cook fast.
Yeah.
So they absorb all the moisture in, so they're really soft. But that's I grew up eating like steel cut oats is what I grew up eating. That and Weetabix sometimes, but it was mostly oats. And because my father was always first up in the morning, so he'd cook them because he'd be up early to go to work. He'd cook them for us before we'd head out, and then he'd call us to get up for school, and he'd say good morning to us, and then he was out the door when we get when breakfast was done.
So look what I printed, Jerry.
Here, let me bring this full screen.
Oh, I have one in my kitchen, but it's bigger than that.
How cute
Yeah, I have a
is
slightly
that?
bigger version than that too.
How cute is that? I
Yeah,
love
let's
it.
put John in.
And
Mine's
I
silver.
put some Queen Anne side tables.
Oh, nice. Grape nuts. Never heard. What's grape nuts?
Hey, John.
And
Grapes have seeds, not nuts. What are you talking about?
I've started painting on the bookcase.
Yeah, I seen that on Maker Deck. Looks good.
Thank you.
That's
This
a
is
lot
all
of detail.
This is all for a 4-year-old.
Never
Wow.
tried grape nuts.
What
Ooh,
are
I
grape
love
nuts? I've never
grape
heard of.
nuts.
What's a grape nuts? Nuts don't have grapes don't have nuts. They have seeds. So what's a grape nut?
Grape nuts
Type
is good.
type of cereal.
They're like little pieces, but you have to let them soak for a long time so they get mushy.
Oh, okay. So, John, what are you up to?
Well, just working and growing
Hey,
my
Travis.
TikTok channel, and been working on my MPCNC a little bit.
Did you get it finished yet?
We're really close, really close. I had to
What did-
reprint some things.
You've done some cutting with it. Good. Excellent. So, do you have any? So, what are your plans with your MPCNC then? Oh, did you ever get your printer back? The printer back to your boss?
Not yet. It's printing now. It's printing, but I printed a benchy, and once it got to the top of the benchy, it didn't do good.
The stack, that's cooling. It needs better cooling. So the fan, you might be a mod out there to do 2-sided cooling, and it will cool better because because it's spending so little time on each layer. The layers don't have time to cool down, so the next layer moves up and starts printing, and it's still already soft below it, so it goes all weird.
Well, and then also at the very bottom of it, it was kind of warped a bit too. So I think there's some other settings. Maybe.
Do you have a test print you can show us?
I think I threw it away.
Okay.
That's okay.
I'll print another one sometime. And
yeah, shreddies.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah, see, Travis.
So, yeah. Cool. So you're keeping out of trouble then, maybe.
Yeah, and so also on my TikTok channel, I actually got the attention of Practical Machinists, and they've got over like 100,000 followers on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So they reached out and asked me to make some videos for them, and I was like, yeah, as long as you send me some free shirts and stuff.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are they going to send you a machine?
They don't make machines. They're just like a machinist community, basically.
Oh, okay. But you can do that, like you can do that in college, where you have all the heavy CNCs and stuff as well. You can do videos.
Oh man, our new building is free. Oh man, it's awesome. We got a bunch of new machines and everything. It's unreal.
Hi, Maker Viking.
You're making us all jealous,
Hey, Maker Viking.
Maker Viking. Hello, hello.
Hey, Thomas. Did I miss anybody?
He's been there for a bit.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty joined us. Sorry.
I cannot show you the model, but Mega told me yesterday that he's finishing up on what's her name? What's her name, Jerry?
I don't know, but there was something he was working on recently that I'm going to print, but I forget what it was. Something he's working on.
Who is it? T.
I
Travis.
don't remember.
What's her name? She's DC, so I don't paint DC. Oh my God! Everybody's done her. I mean, not like that. Everybody's made models of her.
Rephrase that, Jamie, please.
Harley Quinn, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He's finishing up her, and she's sent to people. So it's very soon that this next model will be released, and you will be happy. I cannot show you before she's released. I promised.
Yeah.
But she's amazing. I'll tell you that.
Cool.
Yeah, these new Haas CNC machines. Let me turn my brightness. They're actually freaking touchscreen. Yeah.
Which ones?
The new.
He's holding up his cell phone, make him big, and we can see it better.
Yeah, let me make you full screen, and you can do that. There you
go. Let's see if it'll focus. Wow, it.
I've seen a hand.
Yeah. Also, I've been taking a bunch of shots and stuff with my drone. Oh man, I really like drones a lot now. I've been studying to get my commercial drone pilot's license.
Oh, okay. I hear it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, it's a lot of questions, I believe.
It's almost like being a pilot. You have to know almost everything else, just about as much information.
Dang.
Yeah, Zolan is going for it as well, I believe.
And I live so close to Nellis Air Force Base, even if I had my license, technically I couldn't fly outside my front door because jet fighters fly over my house every day when they take off. They turn and they go right over top of my house.
You would be geo-fenced anyway.
Yeah, but
there's an Air Force base like one city away from me.
Well, yeah, but there is an app you can tell you where it is safe to fly and so on.
Right.
I could fly like 10 or 15 feet off the ground and not get in trouble probably, but the minute I went over my neighbor's house, over their backyard, then I'm in trouble technically.
Yeah.
But you could go to parks and fly around you though, right?
Some parks allow, some parks don't.
Yeah, because you're over people, and you'll learn all that in your testing. Yeah,
like I know there's there's parks. They're public parks, right? They're state parks, but you can't. And they have beaches, and you can't fly over the beaches. You can fly other areas, like over the tree area and so on, and along the trails, but you can't fly over a beach area.
My park said like no motorized vehicles, and I was like, well, I kind of wonder if a drone's motorized vehicle, and it kind of is.
Yeah.
So I called the department and made sure it was okay to fly before I did, and they said it was okay.
Yeah. But mostly, if you talk to the rangers, they'll tell you where it's okay to do so and so on. The rangers are pretty good. I find, like especially the parks I go to, the rangers are fantastic. I deal with them a lot because we do a lot of astronomy events with the parks as well in my area. That reminds me, I have to go down to a university tomorrow. They have problems with a telescope. They've asked me to come down and help them out.
This is my favorite part about the DJI.
Yep.
360.
Oh my God. Like how it makes this little world out of wherever you're at. It is like the coolest thing.
Yep.
Love it.
Heat shields, Matt. Heat shields.
You're coming in too fast, Matt. You need to incline you don't come in nose first, you incline.
I know. It turned around accidentally.
Yeah, well,
are you blowing up?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's anyway, it's anyway unmanned.
Yeah, so you come in shields first, and you have to come in at about an 11-degree inclination.
Yeah,
it's unperson. Why does it have to be a man?
Say that again?
He said it's unmanned. Why does it have to be a man?
That is a terminology. It's called unmanned. Manned or unmanned.
It's like the old Star Trek. Let's say, where no man has gone before, and they finally got rid of that. Now they say where no one has gone before.
Yeah, but you can't say it's unwanned. It doesn't sound right. So...
unpersoned.
They won't switch to that. They won't switch to that.
Well, they need to get out of the
Because you must remember, whether you're male or female, you're part of mankind. So unmanned applies.
Humankind.
Well, the actual term is mankind. So yeah. So.
Did you guys hear about this freaking monkeypox?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, somebody posted a picture of Charlton Heston kissing Zira from Planet of the Apes, and they said that's when it started. I seen it on Facebook.
People get very creative.
Oh my
Okay? It's from was it from Norway or Denmark or somewhere it started? Wasn't it?
No.
Africa or something.
From Africa.
Everybody's got bumps, real big bumps all over
I
them.
didn't know Denmark had a bunch
Their
of
skin looks like Rocky Road candy.
Starliner. He's it's a new Starliner from maybe he's trying to return, and he's making a mess of it. Actually, they returned this afternoon. I think they landed already. They were supposed to return today, this evening. The Starliner went to the ISS, docked, and they're supposed to come back, I believe, today. I didn't see the splashdown because it was.
We don't usually talk about current events, and I'm not going to. But something horrible happened in Texas today. If you guys want to watch,
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
awful.
Was it 14 people? 14 kids?
14 elementary kids.
What grade were they?
Elementary school.
What happened?
Another school shooting.
Oh God.
The guy that did it was only 18. So it was like just all kids.
That's insanity. Yeah, like it's not political. That's just a sickness in those people's minds. Is what it is.
Well, the story said he shot his mother, and the police were chasing him, and they chased him into a school.
So he headed there for safety, is what he did.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he didn't go to the school to shoot a bunch of people up, but I mean, I know there's like a whole lot of stuff that goes on in the heat of the chase, but if the police even see that somebody is headed towards a school, call off the chase. Catch him later.
No, what they should be doing is, if they're in a region of the school, they should have other police in the area cordon off those places like schools and stuff like that and block them off.
Well, I don't know. The schools here in my town during the day, the doors are locked. I thought that was like
it's standard across the country.
now
Standard everywhere, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to buzz in. You have to be buzzed in and out of schools now.
Yeah. I don't know how this guy got in.
They all have electronic locks in them, unless you did it from outside through the windows. I don't know, but that's crazy. Yeah, some Texas schools do have their own police in there. Yes, they do. Their own armed security.
Yeah, school cops are here in Vegas and cars all over town.
Yeah, no, we don't have anything like that here.
We don't have anything like that in our little town, but the next town over, there's police in the school. Because
I think we've only had one instance of anything like that happening here in Michigan, once ever, and that was a couple of years ago. But that was the first.
What happens if you push the red button, Matt?
What red button?
Below that screen.
Nothing.
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 You can't push it.
No.
So what are you printing, John?
Right now? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing right now. Yeah.
No, I have a printer going and I have the laser going.
I got a clog last night, so I had to tear mine down. I'm back up.
Yeah,
Back up going now.
I gotta fix my roll. One of my rolls when I was printing, it got caught on the roll and there's too much tension, so it just stopped printing.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a snag in the
What's
spool?
really, hello. How are you?
Hey, Susan. Not Susan. Sarah. How are you, Sarah? So I'm just showing my CO2 laser busy.
Drop in, Sarah. Hang out. Liam will post the link.
Drop in. Let me change the camera back, and then you can drop in.
Liam, what kind of engraver was that?
That is a CO2 laser, a 40-watt CO2 laser, carbon dioxide laser.
It's right behind me.
Yeah, it's this machine here.
Turn sideways.
What brand is it?
Prenex.
Bought from Omtech in California.
Yeah, it's a good machine. I use it an awful lot.
The only downfall is the size of it. It's the only downfall. The build volume is very small.
Yeah, it's kind of small. Sebastian is going to join us, maybe. Let's see if he's... Hey, Sebastian.
Yeah, I watched that this morning also, Tripod. Read Tripod's comment, Liam.
I watched Naomi, Mr. Carvin's review. She only used a 455 nanometer 10-watt laser head. She didn't use it. Okay. But she had the Mr. Carve, the same one, the M1 that you have, John. She did a review on that before as well. But that's a DPSS. So, hey Sebastian, how are you?
Sebastian, hello.
Can you hear us? Maybe not. We can't hear you if you're out there.
Hello, Sebastian's printer.
Let's see what he's printing. Nothing. It's the
I don't see it moving.
It's resin. This is resin, yeah. Cool. He's shy. He doesn't want to talk to us. It's the same head. Oh, it's the same head as the M1. Okay, but didn't the M1 have a galvanometer? Didn't it? I thought, or am I mistaken? I thought the M1 that you had had a galvanometer on the head, whereas the blue one doesn't have a galvanometer. Oh, okay. I thought for some reason I thought the M1 had a galvanometer, and then maybe so. Okay, so if it's the same head, then yeah. They had no invention to do. Hey, Sebastian. I don't know if you can hear us, but we cannot hear you.
I hear popping audio.
Yeah, I hear that too.
Yeah, he's got some audio going. So then on the M3, it doesn't have a galvo head on the M3 though. It's just a single diode output, right? No galvo head. Correct? Yeah, the M1 has a galvo, so I was right. Okay, I remember you're talking about the galvo on it. Because it can engrave, it's a smaller area, but it can engrave way faster because of the galvo. Whereas when a normal print with the normal XY coordinates, you wouldn't get the same speed. But
what are you trying to show us?
he's setting up a print.
Well, where's his VAT?
Okay, so it's the same module. It's just there's no galvo on it. Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. So we know then it does a decent job on metals. That's good to know. I wonder if their 2-watt laser head will work on another machine. I wonder what the power requirements are. You'd actually know that. What are the power draw requirements? Like how many on the 2-watt? Like and how many amps and so on does it need? I was wondering if I could buy one of those heads later on and fit it to an existing 400 by 400 laser.
Jerry, did you get the X-Tool one with that rotary?
Not that new rotary, no. It came with a standard rotary, which has just the 2 rollers on it. But it did come with it in the kit, yes.
Okay, so Sebastian said he cannot hear us, and his stream is lagging for him.
Yeah, when you come into StreamYard, that's where you test your mic and everything before you come in. You pick your camera, you pick your mic, you say something, it shows a little meter running to test your video and your audio.
It looks like he's setting up a print for MakerDeck anyway.
Yeah, it does, yeah. We're having difficulties fitting. They're having difficulties fitting the 1064. How do you mean by fitting? You mean mounting it, or? Yeah, because it looks like a normal standard diode head, and if it is in the same type of this design, getting it to fit on something else, you could always adapt it. You know, I'm wondering about the power draw. do you need to feed it. Just checking my Dragon. It's just 53% done. I have the X2 rotary, the RAS 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'd love to have that. That's the only thing I'm interested out of X2 is that rotary.
Boys, quit fighting.
That rotary looks like a nice piece of kit. I wouldn't mind having one of those because I stopped the project, but I was in the process of, for parts of the floor now, of making a 3D printed rotary and using a stepper on it.
The base of the RA2 that John has is like the one I have, but then they have a place where they drilled 4 holes with set screws and all the attachments bolt to that unit.
Yeah.
But I just have the base unit that doesn't have all the other stuff that comes with it.
Yeah, but it looks nice though. I'd love to have one.
Yeah.
A chuck rotary makes a difference because if you're engraving something that's flat sided, right? That's like that's just completely circular, the same diameter top and bottom. That's easy on a straight rotary. But on the chuck style, you can do unusual shaped items like this.
Yeah.
And hold it in the chuck and still engrave and keep it correctly oriented.
Yeah, I'd like to try their air assist in RA2. I've mentioned it to them, and I don't know what's happening with that. So
They first advertised that the one the 1060.
I have the Comgrow rotary.
I don't get enough.
I have one of those too.
I don't get enough people watching my videos that a lot of companies want to deal with me. Some do, some don't. So.
Yeah, so they first advertised that 1064 nanometer would fit other lasers. However, they found that some boards do not meet the power requirements. That's why I'm wondering what is a power draw, because I could figure out what my boards can offer and maybe find one of them that will actually take it. Maybe the R2 will take it, or maybe the Z1 might work. I'll have to figure that out, but yeah, I'd like to know the power, the min and max power draw. And I didn't figure out if it works on another laser, and if it's 2-pin or 3-pin connector, or they have 2 separate connectors, like one for power and so on, and one for the PWM connector. So I have some lasers that do the 2 separate cables, and I have some that has 3-pin cable that does PWM on one port, and the other is power and so on. So if I knew what the draw was, I could figure out which one it might fit. Who just popped in? Hey, John.
Got tired of typing.
How's it going?
It's going. Laser, I was trying to fix these new boards, so too bad. We gotta get new boards for it.
Oh.
Sarah, I bought it. I didn't mean to cut you off, John. I wanted to answer her real quick. I bought a 3D pen for my granddaughter for Christmas, and it worked for about 2 minutes, and then it just fell apart. So just be careful what you buy. Look at the reviews.
I have 2 that I never use.
I don't have a pen. I can imagine them being notoriously bad for getting clogs because the way they load and unload. But for if you're doing multiple parts and you want to join stuff together, like welding them together, the pen is fantastic for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm currently doing that. Go ahead.
I just think they're going to be dependent on how much money you spend on them. If you buy cheap, they're going to be junk.
Agreed.
But if you buy an expensive one, so then you got to weigh out, and do I have to spend on this, and how often am I going to use it?
And what's that?
Ready? A 3D pen.
Oh, I got offered to do a review one. I'm like, the only thing that I may use a 3D pen for is to patch something. That's it.
Filling a crack or something here or there, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of this 2 trees laser.
The 2 trees? Why? What's
I've had a lot of good luck with it.
No, it works good. Okay, it does. It works. It's the biggest drawback.
You're frozen, John.
Yep.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head off.
Yeah, we can hear you, but you're frozen.
He's frozen in
See you
one
guys
camera.
later.
All right, Matt. Take care.
Bye, everybody. Good night.
Take care.
Bye, Matt. Hey, Chris.
Anyways, is the pass through. It is way too shallow. You have no pass through ability almost on this thing.
Oh, on the bottom of it, sliding material in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I have 5 laser engravers, and that is such to me, and it's. I like that. I like the design of it. It does very well. Here, let me come back on. I gotta restart my.
Okay.
I'll come right back on.
Hey, Chris.
Sorry, guys, I'm just reloading the laser. I'll be with you in a second.
Chris is saying hi to everybody. Prillo, he can't stay long.
Hey, Mr. Brillo, I know he's got his stream coming up in a while.
5 minutes.
He's able to start any moment now. Oh, you're streaming. Oh, yeah, you said you were going to be doing some painting there.
Yeah.
Have a great night, Jamie.
I'm going to stream on my own channel tonight.
Awesome.
Time.
I'll hope to see you back Saturday when I stream. I'd be love to have you.
I will be there, and
I will be there.
with a working camera this time.
Cool.
All right. It was good seeing you guys.
Ciao.
Take care.
Bye.
Care. Thank you for joining.
Sure.
Make John bigger, Liam.
Yeah, I was just about to. Big John.
So I mean, it did a good job.
Wow.
I mean,
That's nice and clean.
That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, very clean. I've had no problems with it. Engraving stuff. I mean, even very, very delicate.
Ooh, that's nice.
Okay.
Wow.
It works great. But the height, to me, is the killer part. And why would they shove this antenna inside? And it has Z's. It has limit switch capability. They don't put that on there. I mean, it's gonna get some. It's gonna have half positive and half negative for me. It really will.
What's the
it's
antenna
not
for?
a bad laser. It's for the Wi-Fi. They shoved it in the box. I opened it because I wanted to see what was inside. The board in there.
Yeah.
And it has limit switch capabilities, and they didn't do it. And it's the problem is the height.
Positioning only.
What's that?
It's absolute positioning or relative positioning only.
Yeah.
Do you have the same buffer problem that I have on Max Tool, John? You run a job in Lightburn, it gets done 100%, but the laser still has 5 or 10 more minutes?
No, I've had really good luck with them.
I mean, I love the X Tool D1, but when I run any job in Lightburn, whether it's in here or in the garage, the job will get 100% done on my screen. I turn around and it still has 5 or 10 minutes of burning to go.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of messed up this one, but so I just did a painted glass because it was the tempera paint was too thick in the spot. So if it was 10 watt, go ahead.
Friday afternoon, I'm getting my butt rubbed in the hospital.
No, that's get that colonoscopy done.
Well, yeah, but I've seen people put the tempera paint on with an airbrush, and it goes on They do 3 coats of it, and they dry it with a heat gun. And
I use the heat gun all the time.
Really well. Yeah.
But it's I'm almost done with it. The review. It's just editing now. I mean, it's not a bad little laser. I mean, it's not actually.
It looks small.
Yeah, I mean that's for someone and the price point. They say it's an affordable one, but the Z1 Congro is the same price.
And it's a 400 by 400.
Yeah, if you want to get a 400 by 400, you're going over $300 for the 2 trees. So, I mean, like I said, it did a fantastic job. I'm not discrediting any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, but you got to know the settings too. You test it ahead of time. But I've done enough bamboo that I kind of know just for a 5 watt laser what powers to.
Did you use any additive on the wood to get it nice and black there, or did you just the laser only?
Laser only.
Okay, nice.
yeah, I mean it's
It looks really clean.
Yeah, it is. It's. And actually, I didn't know how well it was going to turn out because I did it. This was going to be my test side because there was like a little blemish right there. I was going to do it on this side because that's actually the clean side. But this turned out so well. It's like, okay, maybe I'll just do another, make it reversible and have something on the other side.
Yeah.
I mean that's, and also, this is one I didn't make a wasteboard for because. I mean, it's just the height is just, oh, man. I was just trying to work with materials, and I'm like, man, this just sucks. I have to lift up the laser every time to put something in. It's light enough, but then you lose its orientation. I mean, it's super light. It's constructed really well. I think the cable management could actually be a little bit better. I mean, they emphasize cable management. I mean, they really. I mean, like.
Well, if you really want to emphasize cable management, then you need a cable chain.
Yeah, it just looks. It's all And then I'm like, oh man, and like for my shot for, the time lapse, I'm like, the first time lapse sucked because these were in the way, and so then I just did it forward.
And the lens on the laser is removable, so you can clean it easy.
Yeah. Yeah, that is literally one of the best features of this thing. It's like,
and well, that's also nice because if you're cutting a material and you want to go deeper, you can take it off and then drop the laser down because it gives you more clearance.
I mean, it's not a bad laser. Okay, I want to emphasize. It's just having the stepper motors positioned this way really limits. But the problem is. Even I hit on here the pieces because there's nuts underneath here, underneath the head, right down here, and that was interfering with what I was trying to cut. Like, man, every time I turn around, I was like battling that stuff. Now, if they were to have risers, they would just make it taller. I think they could.
Don't they sell risers as an option?
I don't know. I didn't look at it.
4 paint cans like Papa's Workshop.
Yeah, I mean it's. Yeah, but this rotary, man, it is. Amazing.
I'm jealous. I'm so jealous you got that rotary because the only thing I want from X-Tool is that rotary.
Yeah, let me pull it out of the drawer here. Yeah, this is such a complete kit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's someone, it was Ogre Munchin was saying the cost. I'm like, go ahead, look up how much a chuck costs. And then he did, and he's like, yep. It's actually a really good deal.
Yep.
It is. But
I mean, for what you get everything you need almost in any scenario to carve a cylindrical object. I mean, it's make a comment on my YouTube channel for that video because it's they offered to give one away for free. So
yeah, I will. But no, that's the only thing because I have many lasers, as you know, right? I probably have one or two more than you do, right?
I got 6 lasers.
I have one
and a 7th one on the way.
Then I'm stopping production. 7, you'll have more than me then. So, because I have 6 right now, and when
I have so many diodes, I don't need to review any more diode lasers.
I don't mind reviewing them because I'll find someone who'll use them later on, right? But
my favorite would be the X-Tool. It's my largest laser. That's my favorite.
Yeah, so whenever you want to use that chuck, do you got to put that the X-Tool on the risers?
Yes, and that was I did that in my review. I said it needs to come with the risers. And the risers are nice for the X-Tool. I mean, and then I just keep them stored like this. So,
yeah, that's an idea. I like the riser idea. I like the the chuck rotary. I think the chuck rotary is fantastic. A diode laser is a diode laser, but the rotary is interesting, and there might be even one or two other companies out there who want to copy them and go and offer a chuck.
I mean, I had an idea to improve. I had an idea to improve upon it, but that may be a later video. I'm not doing any videos for a month after the month.
But the nice thing about it is you can take. They're giving you the STL files for the chuck arms, and you can take that and you can design your own part on top of it, like mesh two things together. Your design to have to fit whatever you want, and then 3D print your own connector arms on it as well.
And these are really grippy too. I held that heavy glass with it. This one. And it's pretty stout, and especially holding it this way, and it didn't budge.
Which way? You hold it from the inside out or outside in?
Just like that.
Oh,
I got some of them. I got some of them at a dollar store, and that's an awesome deal for $1. Is that where you bought that at?
We got these at Walmart for like $2 or something each. Wait.
Very reasonable.
Actually, I don't know. It was at Walmart. The tumblers cost me a lot, though. When I did the tumblers, that was because I bought three tumblers.
Yeah, they're about. Well, yeah. Did you clean them down? If you get goo off and clean them down with goo off, it lets you get rid of the black.
It was just alcohol. I mean, that's all I.
Yeah, but where it looks really dark, still on the metal. They say Goo Gun, actually not Go Off. Goo Gun. Use Goo Gun on it, and it will actually lift it. That looks really good.
Yeah.
What would that in tempera paint?
Nope.
Oh, straight on the metal.
Yep, that was at 6 millimeters per second, 100% power. That was at the recommended 10.
Yeah, that's a brushed aluminum though. That's why. Yeah, it needs to have the brushed finish. Yeah.
No, it's stainless steel. Why don't you ask?
Is that stainless steel?
Know it all.
Oh, it looks like aluminum. Okay.
Yes. It can't. It can't do aluminum. You should know that. The wavelength won't do aluminum.
Yeah, well, I don't do metals on them anyway. So.
Yeah. Have you tried this yet, John? Dry moly lube?
No, I see a lot of people using it, and I just want to see, because that's the biggest thing that everyone. I saw the video of your the knife, the big mother, whatever you called it during the video, big badass knife, I think. So, the problem is I do not want to misinterpret what the laser can do. You know, the glass kind of speaks for itself. Why you need some type of substrate in between to transfer. Okay, but I get asked all the time, does it do metal? And I see it on their Facebook groups for all the lasers like I've done. I'm like, no, it will only do certain types of stainless steel. Stainless steel is still an alloy, and it depends on the mixture that's in there. It's not, and someone was using my Mr. Carve file that I made, the speed, frequency, and power grid. And he's like, I'm not getting the same results. And I said, yeah, I could tell you're not, because you have a different combination of that alloy. It's not as reflective as what I use it on. That's what that power grid's for, to see if you can get any of that stuff. But it's that's the reason why I don't. I know that a lot of people use it, and that's why I said if you use a substrate on there, you can burn it a hell of a lot faster. That took 3 hours.
So the X tool will not engrave like aluminum and stuff?
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Well,
you have to have a really high-powered fiber laser to do that.
Yeah,
aluminum is tough
material. John, certain types of material, you can mark the surface of the metal a little bit, and it doesn't penetrate. It's only on it's only discoloring the surface, right? But you do need a 10 or 15 watt,
right.
10 or 20 watt fiber or a high-end DPSS laser to do it?
That is a aluminum dog tag. I actually ordered the wrong one. Okay, that was done with the Mr. Carb fiber laser. Okay.
Yeah.
This is stainless steel. So, and then with the hold on, let me pull up. So then I did copper. You can see that it kind of gives it that blue.
Yeah.
That you know.
Like a heat treated finish. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out which laser engraver I want to get.
Yeah, this is titanium.
John.
So, what's that?
No, I'm telling you, not you, the other John.
Yeah,
John the machinist. So you need to figure out what you want to engrave to decide where you want to go with a laser. Now,
yeah, this is titanium right here.
Wow. But that's on the M1, or is this?
Yep, and that's and this is back on this just a dog tag, but you can see the different colors when you turn it.
Yeah, but that's all with the DPSS laser, right? That's way more power than the normal diode.
Yeah. So here's that real one that shows all the colors.
Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I mean it's you're gonna get different based on the metal, and it's just you need to have a
that Mr. Carve M1 laser engraver. It's like a little. So it's not.
Yeah, they have a new one out now called the M3, which has two heads.
But it's not out yet, is it?
Well, it's coming out on Kickstarter.
Oh, that's bigger than what I thought, though. Okay.
Yeah. So hand size, it's small. It's a small fiber laser.
It'll do probably a 4x4 with it.
It's 75 millimeters square.
Okay.
Hold on one second.
Sure. So they have a new one they're just about to release on Kickstarter, and it's called the M3. And their M3 laser is it's got two print heads on it. One is a blue laser, which is the 455 nanometer, which is what other blue lasers use. And then the new one they have is an infrared laser, and its frequency is 1024, I believe John said, 1064 nanometers. But 1064 nanometers, which is a red laser, an infrared laser, and that will ablate metal. That will actually mark and engrave into metals, because it's a higher frequency of light. So, and that's just coming out on Kickstarter. Now, it's expensive. If you get the ones with both laser heads, it's something like $800 or $900 on Kickstarter. So after Kickstarter, it'll probably cost.
It looks pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah, but after Kickstarter, it'll probably cost about over $1,000, maybe $1,200 for two heads. But that's what they're coming out with now. So so they are adding the infrared laser.
And I'm sure glad I never bought the 3D scanner from Creality.
Well, that's still up in the air. Apparently, Creality have already issued, and they got the okay from the courts to refund the money, because the money is still being held by Kickstarter, because they were sued also. They were included in the subpoena. So what's happened is Creality got the approval from the courts, and Kickstarter have started refunding the backers their money.
Wow.
So that's in process right now, I believe. It'll probably take a couple of days, depending on the country and how long.
He's got an autofill on that bat. Sebastian does. I just seen it.
He's got an autofill?
Yeah, on the corner. It looks like that's where he put the bottle upside down.
Oh, let me see that.
Hey, Ben's in. Ben, hey Ben, how you doing?
Yep. Hey Ben.
Well,
I said hi, baby.
Do you want to come join us? Ben, do you want to come in and join us? There's a link there for StreamYard if you want to join us, Ben. Come in and hang out with us for a while. There's a link I just posted. Just mute your Facebook, or pause Facebook and click on that link, and you're welcome to come join us if you're available. It's up to you. So that's the rotary chuck is really nice, and I foresee others going down that route. because there are limitations on the flat rollers. They're great, don't get me wrong, but there are limitations on what you can, the objects you can engrave with them.
Well, yeah, I mean, they bounce.
Yeah, the flat ones balance out; they're easy enough. But the ones that are shaped like, say, like this, you have to hold it in one spot to engrave this area, right? Like a lot of drink cups are not even top and bottom; they're often narrower in the bottom and wider in the top, so they can fit into your cup holders in your car. Right? They're shaped that way for a reason. So, so I think, as I said, I was working on, which I need to get back to actually, and I have a motor for it. I'm going to get this 3D printed chuck using a stepper motor. So I have the parts there. I just didn't go about finishing it. It's one of those projects I was working on it, and I stopped, and I went, you know what? I'll get back to that later, and I never did. So, and the parts are still sitting there.
Yeah, I got that Anycubic Cobra. Like I said, I'm working on the video on it now. I just got it put together earlier. Then I got to get Master Chief here painted, and then I got to go back to the X Tool and do some stuff on the rotary. So I haven't put out a video yet on rotary stuff on X Tool, other than the one thing I did. But so I try to bounce around from hobby to hobby to hobby.
Does anyone have any details on the new printer from Focus? I believe it's a 300 by 300 by 400, but I think that's what they're doing. But that's all. That's about it. I'm guessing it's going to be the same type of design. I don't know. Does anyone have any information on it? I haven't seen anything out there.
I haven't researched it.
They've been pretty quiet about it up to now. Sorry. Give me a second. I'm just reloading my laser. But so it's a direct drive. It'll probably be the similar design to what they have with their existing one. Someone post something there? No. But it'll probably be the similar design, but a larger capacity is my guess. But I haven't seen anything on it yet. So I'd like to see what Congo are going to come out with next. Their own product. The Congo CNC was a nice little machine, right? Their laser is a nice laser. So I'm wondering what's coming next.
Yeah, their enclosure is very nice, and I use it all the time. And honeycomb bed, which is steel, is really nice.
Yep.
And it's nice and magnets will grab it. It's steel, not aluminum.
It's permanent. Like the other one that I have. Permanent in here with where I put my lasers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a permanent fixture. I like the honeycomb bed.
Yeah, that Crowley tent's just too big.
Sorry?
I said the Crowley grow tent is too big.
Oh, the grow tent. Yeah, I got the little short com grow also, not the big one.
Well, there's Mr. DeWitt.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim. If you want to come in, I'll let me post a link out there for you.
It's already
already. Yeah, well, he may not have seen it. He may have just joined.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Well, I like the big tent because I can put printers in there as well. Or I can, like, if I'm printing a resin print during the winter, I want to put it in there so I can extract the fumes out.
Or you could put a shelf in there and stack your lasers up, and they can just stay in there. Have 3 or 4 lasers.
I like being flexible. I like to have the ability to use it for multiple purposes. That's Tim.
I think I heard a beep.
Yeah, that was Tim just joining. Give me a second. I'll bring him in. Hey, Tim, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you guys?
What's going on?
Good.
Good. I just got home, sort of. Had some dinner. Thought I'm going to catch one of Liam's streams before usually I pop on and 3 seconds later he says, okay, we're going to raid somebody.
Hey, Liam, you need to go shave real quick like 4 bald-headed guys on the stream all at once.
Not going to happen.
Yeah, I need a bad shave here. This is like...
That is not going to happen, Jerry.
I think I got back that Bamboo Lab.
That looks like a nice machine.
I think I am too.
And that'll probably be my last machine I'm going to buy for a really, really long time.
How much is it on Kickstarter, like the one Jim has?
Well, so that's the Carbon, and that one's $1,000, and that's the one I would buy is the Carbon. They got a lower tier that doesn't have some of the features, but if I'm going to buy and commit to because that has all the features I'm kind of looking for in a printer anyway. Well, plus a hell of a lot more. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get that straight, because I never thought about using LiDAR and all that crap that's in there. But the automatic feeding, and it just prints. Okay. I just want something that works out of the box, like, that's a precision, like, and that's what I want is automation. I want to be able to just throw it in there and be done. The only thing that kind of, is I get it. It's a DJI company, the founders or whatever engineers that work there made this, but how long is it going to be around after? That's the problem I have with it. It's a new company.
And parts and service.
I invested in the Mr. Carve fiber laser, so, and it was a couple $100 more. It was a no name company at the time too. Now they got brand out.
Yeah.
But now it's I'll back it. It's $1,000 and because I was really thinking about the rat rig, but I just don't. The cycle time to build it and everything, I really just don't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Well, I'm
$1,000 at 236 by 236. That's really small.
That's a lot of money for small.
300 by 300 at least.
Okay, but the way I look at it, the technology, and so I thought that when I got to Ender 5 Plus, I was going to build a lot bigger things, right? And I don't do that big of things right now, at least. But that has an enclosure, multicolor filament. It's got, and I just want something that just works too. I mean, I'm going to be selling a lot of the printers I have because I just don't have a need for them.
I like the rat rig. There is another company that's coming out with a bigger, it's going to be an IDEX machine again, as far as I know, and it's going to be a 600 by 600 by 600 cube IDEX.
It has to be massive, absolutely massive. I mean, I got the FL Sun Racer right here. Oh no, IDEX. I'm thinking. Never mind. I'm thinking. No, I'm thinking of Delta. Sorry.
Yeah, no. But this is going to be a huge IDEX, and apparently there's a fairly decent possibility of one coming my way if it does happen. Now I told them that if they are shipping it to the US, to not ship it pre-assembled, because the cost of shipping big stuff like that pre-assembled would be expensive. They could pack it down as kits, partly assembled, and then you assemble the kit parts, right? Because a box for a printer that big would probably be a crate about that size. So maybe they'll do it in one piece.
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at the Tronxy, right? That's the 700 by 700, I believe.
Which one?
The Tronxy, the biggest one that they have.
I think the biggest one they have is the 5SA.
You have to look. I don't know the name of that one. It might be.
They have Tronxy have come out with an IDEX as well. Did you see that?
No, I don't really
they
care
have
for that
released an IDEX machine.
To be honest with you,
they have released an IDEX machine.
They have that. They couldn't even throw a Meanwell into that thing for that big of a build volume. And they still have the Chingling power supply in it. As soon as I saw that, I said, "Nope, I'm not." So I'm not going to buy something that I'm going to replace the component right away.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
yeah. So,
yeah.
Tronxy are different to deal with. They're not as open to deal with like some other companies are. I'd like to try out their new IDEX because I have so many of them. It'd be a good fit for me to test because I could compare directly because I'm used to them, right? To IDEX machines and calibrating them.
I don't care for the IDEX. I mean, I get it. I think it's a great technology. I'm not interested in it. And, you know, and you definitely have it. I'm like more pivoting towards. But
towards what, John? You said I'm pivoting towards, and in your audio.
Oh no, I was going to say, you know, I still have to unpack getting the CNC shit going. So it's like, it's just sitting there, and that's why I'm taking a month off basically of YouTube, because also I'm picking up Sam next month, and then next month for Murph, and I need to get this garage done.
Oh, so, Sam Prentice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be at Murph. I'll be there for the Saturday. I'm driving down Saturday mornings. What I'm going to do, because it's only 3.5 hour drive, so I'll head out to Saturday morning, be there for the day.
Hey,
and then come back
well, Liam, when you meet John at
me.
Murph, stand on a chair so you can take a picture next to him. That'd be interesting to see.
Stand on his chair?
No, you stand on a chair. That way you both will be the same height. You're a little leprechaun.
I didn't know that he was a midget.
Yeah, he stands on milk crates and does these live streams. He's like 4 foot something, 4'2".
No, if you believe him, you'll believe anything.
But that's why I'm thinking about, you know, I'm going back it. I already decided that'll be my last major purchase for a really long time in the garage. So
DGag6, thank you for following.
But
yeah, so it's kind of I'm interested. It's a nice idea, I think, but it has to be proven in the field first, right?
Well, then people are like, well, then if you're going to get that, why don't you just get the Prusa XL for the same price?
It's not the same price. It's way more expensive.
Wait, how much is a Prusa? Oh no, that's $19.99.
Prusa XL is expensive.
Yeah, one head, $2,000.
With the 4 heads, it's about $3,500. But with the 4 tool changers, it's about $3,500. The Prusa XL with the tool changer for all 4 heads is about $3,500.
Yeah.
Right. You can get the base one for $2,000 with a single hot end and no tool changer. So that is pricey.
I'll get rid of the Delta, the FL Sun Speed Racer, and
just
Super
get a
Racer,
pallet,
whatever. And
if you want to do multicolor, just go get a pallet.
No, I don't want to deal with it. And plus, the cost. I get that printer. It does 4 colors if I so choose to.
It does 8. Yeah.
Well, it could do up to 8, but that. Yeah, and that they said the future expandability, because I watched Modbots and gyms. But yeah, but the standard right now is 4.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I get pallet if I'm getting that machine?
And I think it's a lot less hassle than a pallet for setup.
No, yeah, because it's built in. It's built into their slicer. You know, I mean, you're buying the whole ecosystem like you are with a Prusa. Their own slicer, their own machines.
Yeah, I'm thinking along your lines. I'm thinking of selling 4 or 5 of my machines, including my SR, etc., that I don't use, to buy this new one.
I haven't used my SR since I did the review.
No.
After a year, I'm done with the printer, because I'm not going to be doing anything else with it, because I figure after then it's like I'm not going to do any upgrades to it, because they're going to cycle in another printer at that time.
They're already doing it right now.
What's that?
They're already doing it. They're bringing in a brand new machine right now.
I saw it. I saw their new one. Yeah. It looks great.
Yeah.
And it has clipper on it.
Yeah. Oh yes, it does. Yeah.
Oh, does it? The new one?
Yeah. They learn. They're listening to the community. Like,
yeah, I mean, everyone clipperized it. I didn't do that to that one.
Yeah, and this new this other machine I was telling you about, the really big IDEX, that will be clipper as well.
Yeah,
I convinced them to go clipper. Now, Clipper doesn't fully support IDEX. It doesn't support duplicate or mirror mode yet, but they're developing it. It's in process, right? So it'll only be an upgrade later on to fix that.
Yeah, it's just software.
Yeah. But so they are looking. Yeah. They are actually doing Clipper on that machine.
Yeah, I mean, I probably sell a couple lasers too. I mean, I don't need 6 lasers.
Well, you know, if I did the same here, I could probably buy one of those machines too.
I mean, I gotta give away the piece of crap Hornet that Murph. I
I've
gotta
never
throw
got
$10
one.
on it and say someone walk away with it. So,
Yeah, I didn't get any of those machines.
that Hornet is the biggest piece of garbage out there.
Let it be somebody
Yeah,
else's problem.
Yeah. Well, I can tell them it just doesn't work. So if you want it, that's why I'm putting $10 with it.
Yeah, and have a little note. We'll slip a little note while I'm there Saturday inside it saying, for problems, call John, and I'll give him your details.
Yeah. So it's kind of ironic that Sam and I had the same problems with that machine, and then just a couple of days ago we both do the video on this little Beagle camp. This thing,
Are they good?
it works. It worked. I didn't have any high expectations of it at all. It just works.
So it controls your printer and everything?
Yeah, it works fine.
What is it, a Pi inside it or something? With a
No,
camera?
I don't know. I'll open it some other time, but I'm not really interested. It's a really weird looking camera, but you can take the looks away. It just flat out works. I mean, what else can you ask? It's like setting up and Sam said it better than me in his review. It's like setting up a home IP camera. How you join it to the network, your network and everything. I was only the one thing I was disappointed because I was going to do it all on the Prusa Mini, hook it up, and they had the drop down menu for it, and it didn't work because it's still in development for it. So I had to use it on the Under 3 Pro-ish.
Okay. Interesting. But yeah, I haven't watched your review on that yet. I haven't watched it yet. I will, because it does sound interesting.
Yeah, it's only $70.
Yeah, but see, the thing for me is, I work out of home, so I don't really need remote cameras for anything like that.
Oh, this one guy made a comment like, "Well, I think it's kind of a waste, because you can't do the Z offsets and you can't do this, you can't do that." I'm like, it's to remotely monitor and start a job. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. I said, I don't know about you and your machines, but I haven't touched the Z offset on my machines in months.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, well, I have to, I use different filaments and I need to adjust my Z." I said, "Okay, then that's you." So why don't you attach it to a printer that you don't adjust your Z on?
Exactly. You're not going to remotely start a print if you're always switching filaments.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, well, I use it to adjust my Z. No, why? You're using the computer I said you could do it faster on the display of the printer if it has that feature in it. The only printer I had that didn't have that feature was the longer LK5 Pro with a Z offset, which drove me nuts. But otherwise, why wouldn't you just use the firmware on the machine to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Made no sense. It was yeah.
All right, you're getting these started off.
I put a different resin. Oh, I don't do resin.
So I didn't hear you. I put different resins on the Pixel and clean it. Yeah, we saw you going through the process of cleaning out the bed, the FEP and so on.
All right. Someone home? Check the camera. Okay. Yeah, so okay. I got back that printer. I decided. I put myself on a notification to do it.
Yeah, I don't have the funds to do so I won't be.
Yeah. Well, technically either do I, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that other big machine comes through. It'll be later in the summer, maybe the end of the summer. And if it does, and one comes my way, then that'll be it. Then I don't even bother with a rat rake at some point.
I mean, if the company reaches out to me, I don't ever reach out. I mean, I've only done it once in a year. Reached out to a company that was interested in something. Otherwise, whatever. If I turn down, I told Jerry in a text, I turned down about 60% of the stuff that people offer. I just don't have the cycle time, or I'm not interested in it. So, yeah. Jerry, if you ever want me to, I can always send you stuff. I don't know if you want any of this stuff, but I can send them your way. It's like, I mean, some of it's pretty cool, like a really nice keyboard and mouse combination, but I'm like, I don't know where to put that into a video.
Those kind of people, I get those emails all the time, and it's not related to my hobby.
Yeah, I'm like, no. And then, but there's other things too. It's like, I saw that Matt Akuma Mods got suckered into it, and same with another guy on TikTok was that chocolate printer attachment.
Oh, I'd like to give that a try from Weebox.
I can send you the contact information.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'd love to give it a try. I'd love
if you want to, Jerry. If you want to try it too, I just don't have the time to do it. Mm-hmm. I'm just
send it to me
before I share that, because I don't share contacts. Before I do that, check out the reviews first. Let you know what you're getting into. Let you know that now.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that, but yeah, I have to be careful who I share information with, because a long time ago I shared with a few people a few things, and it didn't go the way it should have, and it made me look like an idiot. So
yeah, I learned my lesson a lot. Same thing happened to me. It's like
referring somebody to a job that you work at. Same type of thing. You got to be careful. So,
John, how about you do this? How about you miss?
I mean, they kept on bugging me. I'm like, no.
John, how about you message them and then pass on my info and tell them that I'm interested in reviewing it.
Okay.
That way, then they say yes or no. They may say no. That's fine. But
one thing that you can do to improve it, okay, and I could tell the design flaw on it. It needs a part cooling fan.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because it lays it down, the chocolate doesn't solidify fast enough when it hits the next layer, especially if it's a really small object.
Oh, so speaking of chocolate, I got a phone call a little bit ago, and the thing I was going to have done Friday, they say I don't have a copay, and it's free. I don't know how I don't have a copay. They said I met my yearly out of pocket, and I don't know how that's possible.
Well, John, Jerry, that's because it is an annual health checkup requirement to get it done when you reach a certain age.
Well, no, so I've already had all this surgery. Last year they wouldn't approve it, and I wanted $2,000 out of pocket.
Well, I don't know, but that's normally a normal health thing that has to be done every year.
Just ask Astro; he'll get you a camera and just do it for you.
I do have one for my cell phone. It actually costs like $25. It's got a light on it. It's the side of a pen or a pencil, and I had to stick it in the wall. My sister had a water leak. So I ordered that, and I went over there, and I determined where am I going to destroy the drywall in the bathroom. Jerry, I was able to make a much smaller hole because I had that camera.
I don't know if I know you well enough, but I have a camera that we can do it ourselves if you want.
Yeah, I got USB.
A live stream is.
And the thing is they tell people in the literature not to use it for that, for anything
They actually do, yeah.
For no probing anywhere on your body. It tells you to do that.
Yeah,
that's sad, but hey, you know what? I mean, it was pretty hot for a little while doing the nozzle cam, right? You know, because it was pretty unique looking to do as it's laying down the filament. But
yeah, car repair under the dash, trying to find something that's perfect. Yeah.
It's usually when you take the heads off, you know, or looking at the cylinder heads and stuff.
Yeah. Well, actually, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to set up as a nozzle camera.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Sorry, I was over there making noise. I'm sorry. I was getting the last batch out of the laser. I have more to do, but I might do them tomorrow.
I may give away this 2 trees. It's if it was my first laser, I would work around some of the problems. But when you have others that, you know, it's when you get that X tool, you realize how well something's made.
Oh, there's a new Artura coming out with a brand new one that in 4 passes can go through 16 millimeters of acrylic. Wow.
My Atom Stack did 15 millimeters. I don't remember how many passes, like 8 or 9, but I did 15 millimeter plywood, some random wood I had in the garage.
Yeah, Artura, this new one from Artura. I think it's a 10-watt laser, but they've done more tweaking on the lenses on it, and apparently, like they show a video of it, and you see it doing multiple, I think it's 4 passes, and they take a piece out of acrylic this thick. It cuts through acrylic. So that would be
black acrylic.
Nice.
Black acrylic.
It's black, is what they show.
It has to be colored. Yeah, clear you can't. So cut it.
Oh, and I caught Creality in some lies with it. Oh yeah, it can do it. We'll do it on our next video. I'm like, it can't do that with their Falcon.
No. Yeah, smaller focus point, and they do some other stuff with the lasers. Hey, Mylan, how are you? I'm Milan. Forgive me, I keep getting it wrong. So yeah, they do stuff with focusing on the laser to get a more concentrated beam.
I don't think you're a newbie anymore, because I've known you for a long time.
No, he should change his name to 3D Printing Old Dog. That's what I think we should change our name to.
All right. I've been cooped up in this garage since 6:30 this morning. I think I'm done being in here.
Oh, okay. Well, nice having you on. It's been a while since we had you hanging out with us.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I'm trying to crank out these videos as fast as possible because I know that, like I said, next month it's just working on the garage, and I've been, you know.
I got an idea for a video, John. I need your opinion. When I built my garage out in Prump, I had 2.5 acres. I no longer own it, but I built a huge 2-story garage. Took me 3 to 4 years to build it, working just on weekends. I have a couple hundred pictures, or maybe 100 to 150 pictures of everything I did. I'm thinking about taking a close-up camera on my desk and focus on each picture and take a picture or video it, and then afterwards narrate, play music, and explain what's going on in the pictures from beginning to end, and try to make a video out of that. But the one problem would be in DaVinci Resolve is having the pictures flip, you know, using a whatchamacallit, you know, you flip them. Transition. But I don't know, but I wouldn't want to drop a transition in between it, so I'd have to see if there's a command in there or watch a video on it, how I could use the same transition and throw it on all the pictures at once. It might be 200 or 300 pictures, and that'd be really hard to do that.
I don't know if there's a way to do that. Like, you know, I balance all my audio now all in one shot now. It's so much easier in DaVinci Resolve. And because you're walking around in your videos a lot. And you're talking to the camera, right? And then you do a mixture of both in yours. I eliminated FaceTime in the camera because my audio was just so flippin' terrible. And then trying to boost it to match the rest of the film. Now, there are other apps, simpler apps that you can put on your phone, but they're not meant for that length of time. So I was thinking that will automatically do cut scenes for you and stuff. But the problem is the time, because I think that's going to be a 10+ minute video with how many pictures you have. It's going to be a labor of hate and love, mostly hate.
Yeah, thinking about your driveway video, and that was really interesting.
Sit there.
And I loved your driveway video, but for me to do that with pictures, it's not live footage.
Yeah, and it's and that's the way that they used to do it. You think like the History Channel and stuff, going through all that, you know, still photos and narration, you know. It's a lot of work.
Call,
and then, you know, I still have to do that video, the update video. I just need to get a green screen, small mini green screen, to do one little effect. And I have all the footage for the update video, and it's just a troll special.
I've
and
wanted to do
them.
2 of me, and I've seen videos on how you do that in DaVinci. I've just never taken the time to learn it, where I can talk to myself or hand myself stuff. And
Hey,
so.
What do you mean to have a duplicate of you?
Yeah,
What, to have 2 of you?
I've seen
Yeah,
one's enough, but yeah, I've seen videos on how to do it. I've just never tried it.
Honestly, if you have a Mac, it's easier to use the iMovie to than DaVinci Resolve to do green screen. Green screen on DaVinci Resolve is a pain in the rear. So what I would be doing for the green screen is, if you have a Mac, you use theirs. The iMovie, it does a really good green screen. So I would just take it out of there and then put it into DaVinci Resolve.
You could also get a
okay. You cut out the background because I have green screen material. I have enough to do in a complete bedroom. Where I was going to do that with VR a long time ago, before I got into 3D printing. But I got a mile of green screen, so I could film myself scripted doing something on the green screen and then cut it. And yeah.
I used to use After. He's talking in here. I used to use After Effects, but I don't do Mortgageware when I had to pay monthly subscriptions.
That's the problem with those
now, to do Mortgageware. DaVinci Resolve is free and it has all the, I have not hit the limitations of the free version because I don't get into that complexity.
How are you?
Yeah. I got to go make the little guy toast. He doesn't like the way Mom makes toast, so I have to go make him some toast.
Have you ever made him cinnamon toast?
I don't think he would eat cinnamon toast.
We talked about it, but we haven't actually done it.
You know how to make it, right?
Oh yeah, toast and butter and cinnamon and sugar and cinnamon.
Yeah. My wife takes the cinnamon sugar, pre-mixes it, and just sprinkle it on the buttered toast.
Yeah, that's how I know that we all grew up around the same time.
Yeah.
Having that cinnamon sugar bread with butter.
Yeah.
I don't like cinnamon.
Well, you're weird. You don't like sweet either.
You're older than us, Liam.
I don't like the taste of it.
It's not a thing in Jamaica either. So.
So that's the last version I used of After Effects was in 2001.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yep.
All right, man. Bye, Marie. Yeah, but I never like cinnamon. My wife makes cinnabuns here all the time.
And an apple pie is really good.
My son eats them. I can't stand the taste of cinnamon.
Nuke a piece of apple pie and sprinkle cinnamon all over it. It's so damn good.
No.
Get a glass of milk.
For me, apple pie or even rhubarb pie. I love rhubarb pie. Love rhubarb pie. But
strawberry rhubarb pie I bought from Brie Callender's is really good.
No, well, we have rhubarb. We have fresh rhubarb upstairs now, so we're gonna cook some of them maybe the next day or two. But it's just rhubarb sliced, chopped up, and sugar, and then cover it, and that's it, and put it in the oven. I don't like adding strawberries to it because the strawberries over sweeten it. I like the tart flavor that's natural in rhubarb. So it's and I've never ever warmed to cinnamon. Just never have.
Yeah, sadly, I'm older than Astro
maybe.
Printer, but I don't feel.
That's funny.
I don't act like I'm older than Astro Printer, but I do feel like it. So.
Well, you are older than me. You know that. By a couple of years, not by many, but 2 years.
2 weeks, I'll be 58.
Yeah, then I'm turning 52 this year.
So I'm the youngest one.
Yeah, you're the baby, John.
40,
How old are you?
41?
I'm 47.
You're 47. Oh,
if I shave this, I'll look 10 years younger. All right, so
maybe if you had hair, you'd be 15 years younger.
I have hair. It's just not growing in certain spots.
Yeah, loyal most.
It grows in places that I don't want it. That's the problem with getting older. I have a fetish is that if I feel any little hair, it's like, look, I cannot stand it. I cannot stand any little whiskers on my ears.
I take scissors and I stick it in my earlobe and I cut it. Whack.
Oh no! If I feel like the little stubble there,
oh man.
Gone. Yeah.
And you and all of you guys are saying I have problems.
Well, I mean, so Maker Vikings saying that we're old. Well,
compared to him,
too.
Yeah, see, Mylan is a little older than me, and so yeah. Well, see, the reason why we invite Kieran on our stream, and he's probably listening right now, the reason why we invite in Kieran because he makes us all feel young.
Well, I think he's only 59, if I remember correctly.
Kieran? No way. Yeah. He's not. No.
I could grow a beard.
They say you're over a hill. Kieran went over that hill and then went over the next one.
My sister's turning 70 a week after me, and my brother is 65. It's crazy. It's like, where'd everything go? Time flies. It's crazy.
Yeah, it does. It goes too fast.
I gotta go sit on the couch, make a short little TikTok video, and wait for dinner.
Cool.
All right, you have a good night. Thank you for joining.
John.
Nice talking with you.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Don't be such a stranger. Come hang out more often.
If I can, I mean, I need to get the electrical ran over the ceiling onto that side for another 240 outlet and more wiring. Get another set of lights up here. Yeah, it's just gonna.
You got an attic or crawl space? You can do that.
Oh yeah, I have an attic, but we insulated it and put down plywood and then melamine on top.
Okay.
So we can easily slide baskets and boxes.
You got a ladder? You pull the rope? You got a ladder to go up there, right?
Oh, no. There's conduit that's up on the ceiling up there.
All right.
So going to the sub panel already, because we're here in Chicago, we have to use conduit.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got that sub panel put in, my brother and I ran conduit up here, and it's just going to go make a cut around the ceiling and then going to the other side. No big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a garage. If you see exposed conduit, you see exposed conduit. But at least it's in a visually, it'll still look decent. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, be tidy.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. It's just the way it is here. You know, I mean, I see people, electricians, being able to just fish the wire. I'm like, man, nope. Here in Illinois, it has to be union job and in conduit. Even if it's low voltage, it has to be in conduit.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Phone cables and all that.
It hit me then because I'm running Cat 5E or Cat 6E for PoE port for my all sky camera, hanging strung from my deck across to where I have my camera, hanging there.
Hey, DeWitt, I'm gonna send you a text a little bit later. Let me know if you want me to. You said you want me to hand out stickers for you again this year, right?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, that'd be great. And did you need me to produce some for you, or
yeah,
do you need
because daughter's gonna produce some. It'd probably be a little bit different of an order than last year. So because the 3-inch one was a little bit too big, so we're probably gonna do 2-inch.
Okay. Clips for what? Sorry, I'm asking.
Well, it's for pressing for shirts and stuff. So
no, I'm responding to a question in chat.
Do you use clips?
It's asking if you clip things.
Like video clips?
No, I don't know. I have no clue.
That's why I'm asking.
I use hair clips. I mean,
on what, Tim?
On my beard.
No, I actually wasn't using. I've actually it's spanning at about 30 feet, and it's just a run going from my deck out to another stand where my all sky camera is mounted.
Yeah, you shouldn't need it for that. Well, I'm going to.
No,
I got NAS that I need to install. 60 terabyte NAS.
But they're easy to install, though.
No, it's just I want to configure it, and I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. I don't know if I want it downstairs. I just need to wire everything.
Some are cool, like if you have a basement or whatever, it's better that way and the electronics. You don't need any extra cooling for the electronics. So all those hard drives will actually generate heat. So
I'm going to try an umbilical breakout board
on
the next Voron Zero build.
All right, the wife is home, so I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, John. Take care.
Yep.
So yeah, this should be a little easier for my wiring.
Yeah. So we get pretty harsh weather here in winter. We get really hot weather in summer, and we get pretty harsh weather in the winter here in Michigan. And the cable has survived. It's working, and it's a PoE, so it's running off a PoE switch to run. And what I have is I have out for this camera. It's in the back. It's in my backyard. There's a camera that's mounted. It's an astronomy camera linked to a Raspberry Pi over USB 3, Pi 4, and it's got a dome over it, looking at the night sky, and it's in an 8-inch PVC box for electrical outdoor box. It's watertight. And then coming from underneath that, I have the cable. So on the Pi, I have a PoE hat on the Pi, so the cable plugs into the port, but that powers my Pi over the same cable, and that runs in here to a PoE switch, which is then over the network. I download. Yes, Jerry.
I need to get going.
Oh, we're about to wrap up anyway in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So puppies are driving you crazy, I see. But that's what I have set up to do that, because in Miner's a nice guy for
5 minutes.
That's what. No, you can go take care of the puppy. Go on. You said you have to go.
Okay.
Fine. I'm just saying we are finishing up in a few minutes anyway.
Okay.
But so that's because then that camera gathers images of the night sky all night long, looking for meteors, and that's what I have to set it up for. It's designed to capture meteors during the night. That's why it's got an astronomy camera in there. All right, take care, Jerry.
See you, Jerry. I was saying thank you to Phoenix Calls talking about Master Chief here.
Yes, yeah, it's a nice print.
Oh, okay.
It's all 3 millimeters thick, hollowed from Sanix. I've got him all glued together, and right here it's primed. And I've got the base right here. And the base is glued together, but the halo on the front is just sitting there because obviously I'm going to paint that separately.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't need to paint him separately and glue them together because I'm able to paint that with no problem. So, and then I'll glue it on the base once I'm all done. Cool. It's about 24.5 inches tall.
Oh, wow.
So it's a little over 2 big bottles of resin. Yosu gray resin. What I ordered.
Are the bottles like 1 kilogram bottles? Is that how they measure resin? So would he be like 2 kilograms heavy? Does that equal? You know what I mean?
Let me get a scale and I'll see how heavy he is.
Just curious whether you actually get a kilogram.
It's in Sanix STL. It's a Sanix design, I believe, Jerry. And it's it's the STL he designs them, and he if you're on his Patreon or whatever, you get access to his STL files.
And then all the supports I threw away, obviously.
Oh, of course, yeah. So you're gonna maybe a half a pound of supports.
It said on grams. It says pound, kilogram, gram. 1433 grams.
1,433, so 1.4 kilograms.
But I used a little over 2 bottles of resin because one bottle wasn't enough. I ordered another one. Then I had some other resin that I dumped in the vat and topped it out.
Okay.
So we are about to wrap up here anyway and raid over to somebody. Oh, Tim, I need to message you as well about stickers.
Okay.
About a design of stickers.
Okay.
So I need to get a new logo so I can do stickers for him.
Okay.
So we'll talk about it. I have your email, I believe.
Yeah, Sanix is the designer. SANIX, Sanix. I've been printing his stuff for like 5 years.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I got this Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. I just got on TikTok a few days ago. Then my YouTube channel, 3DHP, 3D printing and painting. You can have there's links to Sanix.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to Murph next month. So if I can get stickers for then, it'd be great.
What date is Murph in? What date?
June
or July?
It's June. Next month.
Okay.
I know it's short notice.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. It's June. I think it's 17, 18, and 19th.
Oh, okay. That's
my wife leaves on the 17th to go to Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's that weekend.
And this is at 175% scale.
That's a nice print, though. It's a lovely print. All right, guys.
I've been known to work miracles on short notice, so
I'm sure
it happens.
It does. So let me think. It's who are we going to raid over to, guys?
Let's see who's streaming.
I know Chris Prillo is on.
Sith Lord Brit is on.
Brit is on.
I rated Maker Deck a couple times. Subsector, Sith Lord Brit. Stephen Poole is on with 5 people.
Astor Canuck is on. Buana is on.
Your stream, your choice.
No, your input, guys. What do you think? Who do you think you want to raid to? Hey, CNX, sorry, well, you came in at a really bad time. We're just getting ready to wrap up and raid somebody else.
Well, I've raided Subsector a few times. Sith Lord Brit, I don't know if I've ever raided her. Maker Deck, I've raided a couple times. It's like I say, it's your stream.
I don't see
I've raided.
You don't see Brit? No?
Yeah, she's on with 29 people. You'll have to type it in, Sith Lord _ Brit.
Yeah, I'm looking for her in her. She's not showing up.
That happened to me with Subsector the other day. She wasn't showing up, and I had to type her name in, then I seen it. So for some reason...
I see her now. Okay. Yeah.
Twitch had a hiccup.
So just to answer your question, Phoenix Call is I'm into astronomy with the name Astropreneur. I'm a nerd. I'm into astronomy. I have telescopes. I do astrophotography, and just one of the other things I wanted to add in was a way to monitor the night sky for meteors. That's it. So it's just another addition to what I already do.
Yeah, I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's currently 7:00 at night.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 10 p.m. here for me. I've been
here for like 53 years in Vegas.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I have it automated. Yeah, I have a camera that does it. And okay, I'll extend this for a few minutes to explain this. The camera takes about 1,200 to 1,500 images every night. It takes a whole pile of stills, and then it turns around and compiles those stills into a time lapse for the night. And it also does another thing, which it takes one small stripe down the center of the image, 1 pixel wide, of all of the images throughout the whole night, and builds an image out of those. And that's designed to look for northern lights or aurora, all in one. So it does a time lapse built in. For the software does it for me. It runs on a Raspberry Pi, and then I dumps the data that it gathers each night down to a network storage device here. But it also I was posting up online, but I've stopped that for a while. I was doing some changes, but I'll get back to posting it online again as well. It's not a long time lapse. It's about 10, 15 minutes. 10, 15 minutes all it is. So, all right, guys, let me wrap up. Thank you for hanging out. We're going to raid Brit because she's only got 28 people. Let me get that ready. We start the raid and get it set up. And thank you for hanging out with us. I'll be here again next Tuesday, same time, 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern. I'll be on. So please come over and hang out with us.
Subscribe to Astroprinter on YouTube. We need to get him over 1,000 subs. Share out his channel wherever you can. It'd be greatly appreciated.
Yes, thank you. And make sure you check out Jerry, who does these hangouts on Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And Tim, you do a Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern?
7 or 8 o'clock Eastern.
8 o'clock Eastern.
Yep.
So Tim does his stream and D with 3D at 8 o'clock Eastern on Sunday nights. All right, guys. Thank you. There's 7 of you going to raid over. Have a good night, and I will see you again. Take care, guys.
See you later. Take care, guys.
And it jumped.
Good. And I'll end broadcast.
I say it all the time, but like.